Warning. Broken simulation. Broken simulation. With Sam Tripoli.
Welcome to Broken Simulation. No, let me start again. Welcome to Johnny Woodard presents Broken Simulation, starring Johnny Woodard and his cool new flat screen behind him. Look at that, Johnny.
That's
Johnny. I have a feeling you're ready to move back.
No, this is a TV.
What's that?
15 years ago. This is a TV.
Oh, look at that, Johnny. You can't say goodbye to your friends. That's why.
I can't,
you just can't.
You should see the attic of this house that my parents live in. It is just with shit from my entire life that I could not throw away. I got TVs up there from 30 years ago. I got my first TV ever, a little 13-inch with the VHS tape player.
Aww.
Can't get rid of it. Can't get rid of anything. I'm sentimental.
I'm sorry, Johnny.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
I can't. In the past they would call those antiquers. Now they're just hoarders.
Yeah, I'm a hoarder. Yeah.
Yeah, me too, dude. Johnny, can I tell you?
You are. I will say, you definitely
a hoarder.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, Johnny, I'm going to be honest. I've always wanted. Did I tell you this story about how Toy Story has fucked me up?
The show, the movie. I mean,
the movie, movie Toy Story has fucked me up. Johnny,
I got a notification on the TV. I was seeing when it was the remote disconnected. Go ahead.
Yeah.
How did Toy Story do that?
Well, now because I think that all these toys have feelings, and like when I see them thrown out in the garbage, I just want to save them. There was like 4 stuffed animals thrown in the trash across the street, and I'm like, Dana, they're throwing out their friends. Their friends. I'm dead serious. I'm like, Dana, I want to go get those toys out of the trash and save them.
Yeah, but what if they throw them away because there's
like
flies on them or something? Ugh.
I don't know, but dude. They have feelings. That's how I feel. I feel like these toys have feelings, and I want to save them.
When I was like 5, maybe 6, I don't know. My dad.
When I was a young boy,
I brought home a VHS tape from the rental store. That was my favorite thing to do, rent movies as a kid. Now I go see them all the time.
How thick was that porno tape?
And I had the rental. They came in these clear rental cases, just generic. And I was kind of chewing on it with my mouth. And my dad goes, "Boy, don't chew on that. You don't know. Somebody been scratching their butt with that thing." And dude, I'm telling you, a lot of my problems with germs and stuff come from that very moment right there. Thinking about what people have done.
Scratch on somebody's butt. That is the best. Oh my God, that's so funny, dude. What a fun memory. And I don't want to stop the memory, but a quick update, guys. Lynx has forced Game 5 in the WNBA. Quick update as we speak.
Thank you, Sam. Thank you, Sam, for that important update from the WNBA, the world's most popular NBA.
Hot topics.
These chicks can't stop bitching. It just makes me laugh. They just can't stop bitching.
Just shut up.
They're like, well, the racism. Like, what? You're telling us a bunch of white lesbians are writing nasty racist emails to black lesbians? Is that what you want us to believe?
Oh, and then it was the white lesbians this week too that were complaining. It was that one girl talking about how her girlfriend's getting all these nasty emails.
Yeah. It's just they just bitch too.
Do you think? I want to ask them. Do you think we're not getting shit on the internet? Like just white guys aren't getting? Because I get
100%.
I'm barely I got 10,000, 15,000 followers on Twitter, and I get the stuff I get. I mean. Okay.
100. It's the internet. That's how it goes.
Internet, right. It's
right?
the jungle.
You can't be like, we should get paid more, and then be like, we don't want attention either. It doesn't work that way.
No, it's the jungle out there, man.
It's absolutely ridiculous. So, guys, it's time for hot topics. Hot topics, Johnny. What's today's hot topic?
Hot topics.
We had Donald Trump.
You have a sound effect yet for hot topics?
We do. Yeah, we have a whole thing. It's like it slides in from the side. In fact, it's going to be doing it right here, right now.
Okay.
And it goes
all right.
And it's got flames,
hot
real flames, like flaming up from the words "hot topic." It's pretty cool. I'll send it to you. Okay.
All right.
So, Donald Trump. Okay, I'll start by saying, whenever they have these dinners, like this Al Smith dinner in New York, and you see guys from both parties slapping each other on the back, laughing.
Oh yeah.
It's like breaking the kayfabe, right? It's like remember when it was like Triple H and the Undertaker, whoever, and they all
Johnny, it's Iron Sheik, Hacksaw Jim Duggan in a car drunk together.
Well, that's the original example. Yeah, but remember when somebody was retiring or something, and they all, at the end of a fight, I think they were protesting something a Vince McMahon did, or I can't remember, and they all just shook hands and like hugged each other at the end of the fight. And he was like livid about that. But it's breaking the kayfabe when because we want to think these guys all hate each other. They
breaking the what? The
kayfabe
what
is the word for in wrestling. I'll define it for you.
is that? The love of K-pop? The
kayfabe in professional wrestling is the fact or convention of presenting staged performances as genuine or authentic. Kayfabe, kayfabe. So yeah, and when they break that, and I think they do it almost in like a ritualistic way because they only do it at these special events. And now that they're televised, I don't know. To me, if I was somebody who really took all the stuff they say seriously and like hated these people because of what I'm told on on TV and what they say, I'd be disappointed if I saw them like laughing and joking and hugging.
Oh yeah. It's like when I was a kid in when I was going to college and I saw Bill Clinton at Trent Lott's unveiling of his picture in the hall of the Library of Congress. And you go, hold on, you guys hated each other. Now you guys are like laughing with each other. It's so obvious it's all theater. And that's why nobody's come to save you. Okay.
That's it. 100%. So, we'll watch this first, and I'll just say that Donald Trump had good writers for this. He is a reader.
Who do you think it was? There's so many people.
I would love to know. He's a reader on stage like I am. I noticed that. Did you notice that? He just straight up reads from his notepad. Here we go. Donald Trump, the former and possibly future president.
Democrats were crazy for saying that men have periods, but then I met Tim Walz. Well, I'd better wrap up because Mayor Adams told me earlier that I needed to make this one very quick, especially the city has reserved this room for a large group of illegal aliens coming in from Texas. There's a group called White Dudes for Harris. Have you seen this? White Dudes for Harris. Anybody know? Are some of you here? White Dudes for Harris? Doesn't sound like it. But I'm not worried about them at all because their wives and their wives' lovers are all voting for me. A major issue in this race is child care, and Kamala has put forward a concept of a plan. A lot of people don't like it. The only piece of advice I would have for her in the event that she wins would be not to let her husband, Doug, anywhere near the nannies. Just keep them away.
Come on, that's great,
that's a
bro.
nasty one. Chuck Schumer is here looking very glum.
Okay. Go ahead.
The only reason that joke didn't work is because he didn't deliver it.
Yeah, he bailed
on it.
Yeah.
Because that joke, he should have said it and just looked at everybody. Yeah. And he would have annihilated everybody. That's a great bit. Whoever wrote
that was the best joke. Yeah, that was the best joke by far. Yeah.
Listen, this next joke is my favorite joke. I would have changed one word in it that I think would have allowed it to get a bigger hit. But go on.
But yeah, I would love to know if the joke writer. I would love to know who that joke writer was at that last joke because I bet he was just like, oh, when he bailed out at the end, it said, oh, that's a nasty one.
Yeah.
It was so funny, dude. Imagine being in the room and that was the joke you got in.
Chuck Schumer is here.
Sorry. Go ahead. Here we go. Okay.
Bro,
that's a nasty one. Chuck Schumer is here looking very glum. Doesn't it look glum? It looks glum. But look on the bright side, Chuck, considering how woke your party has become. If Kamala loses, you still have a chance to become the first woman president.
Okay.
That was funny.
If I could tweet, if I could go Trump, only two. One, deliver the nanny bit like it's funny because it's funny. Okay, don't bail on it because your energy is everything. And the second one, I would have taken woman and replaced with female. That's just a flow thing.
Yeah,
I think it would have hit harder. That's the only thing I would do. That's the only notes I would give on that is from woman to female. First female president.
He did it well though. He's a good speaker.
No, it was great, dude. So. It was funny. It was super funny. Chuck Schumer, I mean, my God. I mean, just like, dude, I look like a demon. Doesn't he look like a demon? And he's just doing his hands right there. You're like, oh, you're such a demon, dude. You're such a demon. It's so crazy to me. And you hear all the stories like, oh, Chuck Schumer and Mitch McConnell went to him, if you allow what's his face? Well, who was the guy? Julian Assange free. We're gonna throw a million cases at you so you can never run for president again. And
Schumer did the same thing. He strong armed Al Franken to resign. He said he would fire Al Franken's entire staff would never work again in Washington if he didn't resign as well. Can
I tell you how sad it is that Chuck Schumer represents the 607? Can you believe that?
That is crazy. Yeah.
I didn't know that until later. I go, oh my God, the biggest scumbag represents my home country area.
And could he not look like more of a stereotype? Can I just say, like,
dude, and the whole inversion stuff with like the married wife. You look at Chuck Schumer's wife, you're like, what is going on there, dude?
Oh, I don't even know what his wife looks like. That's fine.
Oh, look it up, dude. She looks like a 607, by the way.
Oh, really? Oh,
yeah.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Okay, hold on. Let me pull this one up, Jamie. Here we go. Mercy. Oh. And if you're at home and you can't tell, it's not good.
That is upstate New York.
Oh boy.
That is an upstate New York woman right there.
I will say she's got strong shoulders. I'll say that for her.
And a nice chin, a strong chin.
Yeah, she looks like she'll take a punch. I'll give her that compliment.
Johnny, we don't condone hitting things. Okay, we don't condone that. All right,
we don't condone hitting whatever that is. Yeah.
So Johnny, the whole thing now is we're hurling towards the end of this presidential race. It's been a very
thank God.
It hasn't been as like people think it's worse. I think it's been way worse before.
What do you mean by bad though? What are you talking about? Like when you say
people are trying to act like this thing is like everywhere all the time, and it's like I do believe because Kamala Harris has refused to do so many interviews, that it's not as much as it could be, and now she's getting crap right now.
That Brett Baer thing.
Not there's a new thing today where she was at a rally, and it's so funny because she's given a speech. She goes, so someone goes, Jesus is Lord. And she goes,
I can play it right here. I got it right here.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. All right, sharing sound. Here it is.
With the intention that they would undo the protections of Roe v. Wade, and they did as he intended. Oh, you guys are at the wrong rally.
Like
somebody said in the background, Jesus is Lord, and then she responded.
Yeah. And unbelievable the response to even that. Like in the moment she thinks she crushes so hard.
I think you meant to go to the smaller one down the street.
Yeah, I like, dude, just fake it till you make it. That's her whole thing.
Does she know who votes? Like, is she stupid?
Or where she is or who she needs. I mean, it's like, what are you fucking talking about? And Johnny,
that will cost her votes, guaranteed. That move,
I guarantee it, dude. And like the way she's cheering it on is so nuts to me. It's like she should have been like, "Oh, dude, I can't." She was like, "Oh God." I mean, that could be.
She doubled down on it. She tagged it, dude. I mean, she went there again. Yeah.
You must have been at the smaller. I mean, and now she's trying to convince you she's got bigger numbers. It is so hilarious. It is so hilarious. Yeah. She really is like a mainstream, like just made up, like entity, like brand.
Yeah, she's an empty pantsuit, is what she is.
She's kind of like who's the lesbian comic from New Zealand who kind of blew up off of Netflix. Gatsby? Yeah, and like this notion that like she's somehow like this killer comic because this small group of people who control all these platforms are convincing her that it's the same thing. It's the exact same thing.
That's the job of PR is to make people think this is a big comic that people like, so that they like it.
You're totally right. It's just like it's unbelievable. She just keeps shooting herself in the foot. And so the question to you, Johnny, is: do you believe that the Joe Rogan interview will happen
with Kamala or Trump?
Yes, Kamala.
No, I don't think she'd go on there.
And I don't think the Trump interview will be a 3-hour interview. I think he'll be like, we'll do an hour and a half. I think it's going to happen.
Because I keep seeing that piece of footage of them talking at a UFC, but that was like 6 months ago or something, and they still haven't done it.
I think it's going to happen.
You do? Okay. I hope so.
I do. Because they've laid down all the he's done everything leading up to it, right? Like,
what do you mean?
The Patrick Bet David, Andrew Schultz, all these Theo Vaughn.
Trump was on Andrew Schultz?
What?
I didn't see Trump on Schultz.
Yeah, and then Schultz said he was supposed to shoot a special at this venue, and they canceled him. It's like, what? What is going on here?
For having the former president on?
Going on?
Are you crazy? Like,
yeah, it's so crazy to me.
That is for having the former president.
I would say run it. I would show the video of him talking about, but I think we'll get tagged for some shit.
Yeah.
Because these guys, when they get really big, they get hot. You know, people make deals with them, and they'll like, oh, dude, we'll monetize your clips to make sure nobody uses them. And Andrew Schultz is a fucking G, so it's nothing but love. But I don't think it would be him.
I'm sure he would like.
Yeah, he would care. But you know, so it's like, yeah, dude, it's like crazy to me. It's crazy to me, and they just keep trying to convince you that's close. And I know, Johnny, your boots on the ground, North Carolina. You think it's close?
I don't see where I am. I don't see any Kamala signs anywhere here in North Carolina. None.
It's no. I mean, like, what is her win since not shitting the bed in the debate? What is the win? What is the win?
That's the last one. Yeah. I mean, and she's even lost ground. And it's funny watching liberals struggle with why this is happening, but she's losing ground with Hispanics and blacks pretty rapidly. Yeah. Well, now, she's still winning them. She's still winning them by and large, like by a lot. But she is losing ground, and they just cannot come to grips with why that would happen. They're like, it doesn't make any sense. It's like, hey, maybe Hispanic people also want to have a secure border, and
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. Dude, one thing everyone loves doing is closing the door behind them. Okay, it's like, don't let these fucking savages in. Holy shit!
That's it.
Shut the fucking border down, dude. These fucking crazy people.
It's so funny.
It's nuts, dude. Yeah, and it's just like, and then you have. It's so interesting, the media's reaction to stuff, and it's like. It's so obvious how some people can say certain things and some people can't. And it's like, what makes me really laugh is how basically Obama said, if you ain't black, if you don't vote for Kamala Harris, you ain't black. And like, the only people got upset with that were black people. Like, the media did not just totally rip that apart. Like they did when Biden did it. It's like crazy to me. And it's like, this is the greatest inversion I've ever seen in my life. It's like there are no rules. There are no rules. When Dick Cheney is fucking stumping for a Democrat, like, how crazy is that? And I'm all for it, dude. The weirder, the better, man. As a podcaster, this is the best thing ever.
It is weird. That's one way to put it.
I'm just getting more and more and more and more right. And they'll never admit it.
Well, Cheney, I can't believe that his endorsement did they really want that even? It has no value, sure.
Dude, she bragged about she had her daughter like stumping for her at an event and then praised her father.
This guy is Darth Vader, like our real world version of Darth Vader. There's nobody as bad as that guy on this planet.
There's nobody like it's him and Bill Gates are in a real fucking battle for who they're one is Satan's left nut and then the other one is Satan's right nut, you know, and it's unbelievable.
That means Steve Ballmer is Satan's right nuts marketing.
Okay, dude. No, he's a good guy. He got out and he just cares. He just cares. So Johnny, what do you want to get into? Because we haven't done it in a week. I've done some stuff, gonna do some stuff.
Should we talk to Mike real quick? Or do you
What's that?
Should we
Oh
talk
yeah, you
Mike
want to get in the
Young?
mic, and then I'm going to tell you some story about the Comedy Store last night, killed Tony, and all that stuff. But I really want you guys to. We don't have a lot of. We hear you guys. You love when Johnny and I just chop it up, but once in a while, a good friend of mine has a project that I really want to help them out with, and I know if they have great stories, you guys would love to hear.
Yeah.
So
And I've been for a long time.
I've been dropping the hints about this story that involved me and Mike Young forever. And I saw Mike at the Comedy Store, and I was like, dude, you got to come on and tell this story. So he comes on, and dude, I'm gonna tell you, it's not even the best story he tells in this little segment that we got right now. It was only supposed to be about 15 minutes long, but dude, this is a great storytelling like interview. So real quick, my boy, he's got his movie Stealing Jokes coming out, and he's on the rock comedy tour. I want you guys to enjoy this. Please enjoy this interview we did with my good friend Mike Young. Yeah, the rock comedy tour and Steve Young in Stealing Jokes movie. Enjoy this interview with Mike Young. It's great.
Hey everybody, so it's late at night and I have excitement in my voice because I'm here to tell you about Kalshi. This is the first legal exchange where you can trade and bet on any event. When I say any event, I mean literally any event. Kalshi, that's Kalshi, just got approval to list markets to trade on the outcome of the election, making it the first legal place to trade on the election in 100 years. Think about that. Kalshi has markets on who will win the election, who will control the House and the Senate, who will win the swing states, and a lot more. Right now, if you go to Kalshi, you can see that Trump and Kamala are trading about 50-50, meaning that if you place a bet on either, I'd place a bet on Trump, you will double your money if they end up winning. In fact, I'm going to go do that right now. Placing a bet on Donald Trump to win the election. I've seen enough. I'm pretty sure he's going to be the guy. If you feel the same way as me, why not go there and just double your money? Kalshi has already facilitated over $1 billion in trades. The elections markets are now live to trade, and you can sign up using our link at Kalshi, KALSHI.com/broken. That link is in the description of this very show. Check it out right there. And get this, they have a great deal for us. The first 500 traders who deposit $50 will get a free $20 credit. Kalshi.com/broken. Just did it right now. Just placed a bet on Donald Trump to win the election. I'm going to almost double my money on that trade. I am fairly confident. And it's not just that, by the way. There are trades on. So I'm at the homepage right now. Who will win the presidential election? We already said. Who will win the Senate race in Ohio? Popular vote margin of victory in Nevada. It's the only place you can trade on these events in all 50 states. Will the government shut down this year? Yes or no? I mean, it's amazing. Will the courts consider Apple a monopoly? When will the next Fed rate hike be? What will The Witcher Season 4 Rotten Tomatoes score be? It's amazing. They have everything. Kalshi.com/broken. And I should say they have a mobile app. Check that out. First 500 traders to deposit $50 will get a free $20 credit. Can't recommend them highly enough. Check them out. They're a new sponsor, and we're happy to have them working with us.
All right, so you've been hearing me talk about this story forever on this show. We finally, I was at the Comedy Store the other day, and I saw this, one of my favorite people. I'm like, hey, dude, we got to get you on the show. I've been talking about this story about Florida forever. And he's like, yeah, let's come on. So I'm very excited to have him on. He's got a movie out right now that he wrote and directed, I believe. It's Stealing Jokes. And he's on tour right now with the Rock Comedy Tour. My man, Mike Young. How are you, Mike? Mike, can you hear me?
Good, Sam Tripoli.
Okay.
What's up, bro?
Okay, dude. I love you.
I can
buddy.
hear you.
Okay, good. It's good to see you. You're one of the OGs at the Comedy Store. Been around for a while, doing everything. So, what's going on, dude? What's new?
Just finished my. Thanks for the intro, by the way. Strong intro. We had a great class coming in. Me, you, Bobby, Lee, Sebastian, Brett. That was a strong Comedy Store class.
That was.
I have been up to writing and directing and touring. We had a strong class, bro. I'll put that class up against any class. You know what I mean? That's a class.
I will get into some of the stuff at the store right now, but here's the thing, Mike. You got this movie out right now. It's called Stealing Jokes, and you're on a rock comedy tour.
Stealing Jokes.
And you always put these tours together, and you always like get some of your boys together and you go on tour and you do shows, and you're doing one right now. But one of the original ones you did was way back in the day. What was the name? I know we're on a little delay with you right now, but what is the name of the tour that we went on?
The Young American Comedy Tour.
Yeah, we were young back then. It was the Young American.
By the way, we were barely young.
So we
It
go
was
to
the Young American Comedy Tour.
It was me. We'd done Arizona, which was, I forget, it was me, you, and Jordy, who was at the time like the kingmaker, Jordy Fox. He was like the kingmaker at MySpace. He was like blowing everybody. This is how long ago this was, Johnny. MySpace was kind of new, and Jordy Fox, who was like Jordy Fox he works with All Things Comedy right now, and he had this weird thing at the Comedy Store where he would just showcase forever, and they just, for some reason, he didn't get picked up, and then he finally got picked up, and it was just a big deal. Like these kids today, they'll do like one showcase, not get picked up, and like swear off the Comedy Store. Ari had the showcase literally like 40 times to get picked up by Mitzi Shore. It was crazy, right? So we do Tempe, and then you're like, let's go to Fort Lauderdale. I got some boys in Fort Lauderdale. So it was me, you, and Steve Renazizi. I think it was the three of us went out. That's who it was, right?
Yeah. Yeah. It was the Young American Comedy Tour. It was all my boys. We took 3 or 4 of us every city, interchangeable. And then, one city, I was like, yo, let's go have fun. Me, Tripoli, Renazizi, let's take it out to West Palm Beach, Florida. Go hang out, get drunk, tell jokes, go to the beach, have the best time ever.
So here's something, like there was a time a long time ago where I wanted to put a show together where it was like, I forgot who the third one, but it was like these 3 guys that could get chicks whenever they wanted. It was Mike Young, Sergio Love, and I forgot who the other one was. And then I was going to put Mike Black in there. It was going to be you and Mike Black in there. If you don't know Mike Black, he's like a Star Wars. He loves comic books. Let's just say he's a thick boy, right? He's a thick boy, and it was going to be the four comics who 3 of them could get pussy all the time, and then one guy who would just he could fall in love with a hooker, right? And so we would go, and the whole thing was like, who could go on tour? Whoever was the last one to get an STD won the fucking tour, right? So so Mike Young,
that's a great concept.
Mike Young is and was, I don't know if you're in a serious relationship right now, so I don't want to get you in trouble, but back in the day, for sure, Mike Young could pull women. It was incredible, dude. He was the best at it. I'm sure he still is. I don't know if he's in a serious relationship. I don't want to give him in trouble, but back then he could pull it. So we go on this Young Americans tour, and Mike Young is trying to sell tickets. And so Mike Young's out there because it's his tour. He's pushing tickets. So he's walking all
in the streets.
In the streets, dude. He's
I'm
pushing
in the street.
Yeah, dude. He was walking the streets, going up to anybody, telling them about the show coming up, and he sees this chick at this cafe. So Mike Young, at Starbucks. Mike Young does what Mike Young does, and he just starts going. Yeah. So you want to, like, you walk up to this chick and you kind of start slinging, right?
You were there. I mean, you were there. It was around lunchtime, afternoon. I'm slow sipping espresso. This beautiful girl is at the table for a second by herself. I'm like, hey, you like comedy? We're at the City Place right next to where the comedy club is. She's like, I love comedy. I invite her to the show. I basically just invite her to the show. You're there with me. We go back to the condo, wherever we're staying. We get ready for the show. We think nothing of it. I get the girl's number. I'm going to put her on the list. I'm going to put her on the list +1, and she's going to come to the show. Brand new fan of comedy.
So we go there. and we have a great show. Somehow another brunette shows up, and it's very important to this story. So there's another brunette there, and Mike Young is now hitting on the chick he pulled from Starbucks. The other chick's there, so I'm starting to hit on her. I'm making my move on her. Things are going good. I had a good show. It was a lot of fun. I was a wild one back then. Like I was OR late night crazy, going into regular comedy clubs.
Oh, I got Tripoli stories. Don't worry. I know your story.
So we all have great sets. So we go to this, I don't know how, but this chick that you picked up is like, let's go over to this comedy. Let's go over this nightclub. And we're like, okay. So we grab the other brunette chick, the other guys in the show, and we go into the show. And we go on and we're hanging out and you're talking to this chick. I decide to, because I'm divide and conquer, dog. Separate the chicks so you can hit on one over there and you can hit over there and we make our moves. So I go, hey, dude, I'm going down to dance. I'll be right back. I bring it out. We're dancing because I could dance. I was dancing back in the day. I had some rhythm.
A dancer.
Yeah, I'm a dancer.
Oh, I would have killed. I've seen that.
Oh, dude, I could dance. Mostly a lot of dry humping and
what
stuff
kind of music?
like that.
Like, what are we talking about?
It was like early
Hip hop.
Like Night at the Roxbury kind of
Early hip hop.
That's what I meant.
Like early 2000s, I would say. This was probably like what, about 2000? What was it? 4, 5?
This is 8, 9, 10.
Okay.
This is 8, 9.
Yeah. So it's 2008, right? And we're just and I'm on the dance floor. And I'm dancing, and suddenly I look up, and you're like, Tripoli, get up here. And I look, and your face is wrecked, bro. Just fucking, like, dude, bleeding. I'm like, what the fuck? So I run this way around up to the top to where you are. Apparently, you want to tell the story from there of what happened?
Yeah. I mean, you're on the dance floor. I'm alone with this girl in a booth. And I'm literally thinking to myself, Tripoli, and I'm not kidding. I looked at her and I was like, in my mind, I was like, how great is our life? We're on the Young American tour. I got a beautiful girl. We're in West Palm Beach, Florida, and I'm with my friends. As soon as I had that thought, I felt like a hammer hit me in the head. I didn't see it. I didn't know what it was. I thought I was having a brain aneurysm because it was dark and I didn't see anything. And all of a sudden I just kept feeling like bam, bam, hammer punches. And like I finally like got to where I could kind of like cover my face and like stand up and think I was going to fight. And when I stood up, he was gone. So like I didn't even see a face. I didn't see anything. I just saw like a bald head running out the side door. Like running. I just saw the back of a bald head. You were already making your way towards me. Renazizi just got back to me. This dude snuck in. One of the bouncers let him in. He blasted me while I was looking that way. The girl was crying in such a fake bad actress.
Joe, because we're going, what the fuck's going on? So obviously what happened was somebody at the door called this dude. Okay. So I don't want to get too much into it. So we got to get Mike to the hospital. He's fucking wrecked. Right. And I'm a paranoid motherfucker. Right. And I go, this doesn't make any this doesn't make any sense why this is happening. And so we're driving over there and I go, I forget who I talk. I go, I bet you this bitch knows this guy. I bet you she knows this fucking dude. And she's not telling us. So we get to the hospital. She comes with us. God bless her. She comes with us. And we're like, how do you know this guy? She's like, I don't know this guy. I don't know what you're talking. I go, how do you know this fucking guy? How did he and then I'm starting to put it together that this is probably her boyfriend that just fucking found out that this dumb chick took us to her like hangout where she hangs with her boy. And they were like, yo, your girl is here with your boy. Your girl's here with another dude cuddling up and kissing and doing all this shit. This guy's slinging. And he showed up and just fucking jumped
Your girl's about to be in a hotel. Jump me hard, bro. Jump me freaking hard. Like, he got me good.
Oh,
then we all went, we're in an ambulance.
the ambulance, dude.
We took the ambulance.
We took the ambulance. We go there and we're just working this bitch and working this bitch. Now, Mike Young is a G, dude, and he's a great guy, but he knows some people. He's got connections and he's not afraid to fight. I got another story I'm going to tell about Mike Young. That's the best. Mike Young don't fuck around. So somehow we start working this chick and we're working her and she comes out. It's her boyfriend.
There we go.
She admits it.
Yep.
That's the worst thing about guy code, by the way, beating the guy's ass and not being pissed at your girl. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Well, what did the guy do? He didn't know.
He should have gone, yo, dude, this is my bitch. What are you doing? And Mike would have been like, dude, I'm just in town doing stand-up. I don't know who this chick is. I'm sorry.
I don't know her.
Yeah. Guy didn't even give. He didn't say anything.
She cost me $40. You could take her.
So
take her right back. She cost me $40 and a coffee.
So, Mike, somehow you call people who know something, and you start grinding this chick. You find out this dude's name, right? Am I wrong here? And then somehow you guys get a hold of this dude.
Yep. Yo, so you want me to take it from here?
Yeah.
So my godfather, who's like a connected guy, rest in peace, my godfather, he happened to be in West Palm. He's an actual godfather. He has a place in West Palm Beach. He's from Detroit. He's my dad's best friend. He's the first person I call. I call him. I tell him what happens. He goes, I'll be right there. He goes, unbeknownst to me, he goes to the place, to the bar that this happened at. And all the bouncers were not telling me in Tripoli. They wouldn't give us any information. They were like, this dude's boy. They wouldn't give us any information. So my godfather goes there. He says whatever he says to them. And next thing you know, like, we got the dude's address. We got the dude's name. We got the dude who let him in, got fired that day. My godfather just like shook down the whole place. Wow. I'm getting stitched up with a chipped orbital and a broken nose in the hospital. Tripoli and Renazizi, you know, God bless them. They just worked. The dude waited, obviously, till they went away from the booth. And right when they left the booth, he attacked. I got his name. I got his number. Obviously, I went right to the all in on the first thing I was going to do was go do bad shit. You know what I mean? Like I was just in like immature.
Yeah.
I had like 11 dudes that had just either going into prison or coming out of prison or just wherever they're going, they're like, yo, Mike, we'll be there in 20 minutes. And then a couple of my friends talked me off the cliff of that. And they were like, yo, don't do that. So I didn't do that, but I got it. So I ended up going like the police route. And I ended up like pressing charges on the dude, getting him arrested. You know, it was a terror, bro. That shit changed my life kind of, Tripoli, because I used to be so free and fun after shows and like go do my shit. And yeah, I've already been in trouble. I've had my problems with organized crime. I've been down those roads, but like I was in such a fun mode with you guys. And that motherfucker got me to like only want to go to my room, you know what I mean? After shows, like only want to go back to the hotel and eat a sandwich, not like have fun anymore.
Okay. So here's the thing, though. This is the funniest part of the whole thing.
I know what you're going to say.
We still have another show to do, and Mike doesn't feel up. So I have to close out the show.
Cracked his orbital. I guess, yeah. No
okay. He's got cracked over his nose.
I got tape over my face.
Dude, the second brunette comes to the fucking show again. My chick comes to the show. I'm like, okay, I'm going to lay it down tonight. Mike Young picks her up and bangs her that night. That's how smooth Mike Young is. His face is still jacked, and he's still pulling chicks. I have a normal face. Yeah. I get nothing.
That's
Tripoli. Yo.
So
I deserved it.
You did, dude. And Mike, I didn't get mad at you. I didn't. I go, dude, the guy's face wreck. Let him get laid. Let him have a good time. I'm good.
Well, here's my favorite part. He just spent a couple of minutes talking about how I can't have fun after shows anymore. And he literally the next
100%. He just pulls my wool and he goes, I knew my next show. Today I'm going to pound town. Next show, then I'm going to sulk in my hotel room. Okay. So, Mike,
that shit depressed me.
I get it, dude. And it was bad. It was bad. Now here's
That's
another thing.
that's like a boxer's injury. Those boxers always those orbital.
Mike Young can
take a long time
box,
to
dude,
heal.
and I'll get into that in a couple minutes
Oh,
because
okay.
there's a funny ass story about Mike Young. Another one, not that that was funny, but the ending is funny where he pulls my chick and bangs her. Like, you know, I'm like, okay, but so we do a show in Phoenix, Arizona. It's me, Jordy Fox, Mike Young. I think there was someone else in the show. I don't remember who it was, but there was only room for like 2 hotel rooms. So I crashed at the condo. Totally cool. So Mike again knows a bunch of people at the you know, he knows all the people, right? So tonight at the show comes like, I believe some of the owners of Little Caesars Pizza. I think we're coming to hang out because Mike is D-Town, Mike is Michigan, and again, he knows everybody, right? So there's some of the Little Caesars Pizza people, right? Am I right on that one?
Yeah, Little Caesars Pizza. It was the Illich. Yeah, it was Chris, the owner.
The owner, dude, is hanging out. So
of the Detroit Red Wings and the Tigers and Little Caesars, the heir to the throne.
That's crazy.
And you know what's so cool about them? Do you know that they paid Rosa Parks rent for the rest of her? Well, like when she got really old and she couldn't pay rent, so they paid her rent for the rest of her life. That's like really nice.
Mr. Chris's dad, yeah.
That's some nice ass shit. So, anyways, my brother went to school there. He has this guy. I forget what his name is. I think we're gonna call him Jacob. I don't know why. I just remember his name. I don't know what it was. It's John or Jacob, but we'll call him Jacob. Jacob's a wild boy. He's a thick dude, wild boy. Had a really cool wife, but was like let's just say he's a crazy, right? So he wants to come see my show. He comes and hangs out. I'm hanging out. We're hanging out I forget where we are. We go eat, we go party. We have another great show. At that time, the Tempe Improv was like one of the premier comedy clubs. So anyways, we do our show. Jacob comes and hangs out with me. And, you know, I can't last as long. So we go back, I think, to your hotel. I take off. Jacob wants to stay. And I'm like, I don't know what to tell him. So he kind of stays, right? So I go back to my hotel. I'm chilling. Suddenly I'm getting texts from Mike Young going, come and get your boy. You better get your boy. You better come and get him, dude. He's acting out of pocket. I'm like, I go, what's going on? He goes, bro, out of pocket. What was he doing?
What was he doing? He stole Chris Illich's friend's cell phone. He started yelling at girls, crazy hammered, just like pickpocketing shit. This is the fucking owner of by the way, the owner of the Red Wings, his whole crew, they're no punks just because they're rich. They're street rats that made it rich. You know what I mean? So like, I was like, Tripoli, your boy's about to get his. Next thing you know, Tripoli comes over. We are squared up in the street against Tripoli's brother's friend. And Tripoli again is like, no, stop, no. Jacob, get the fuck out of here. Give us that phone back. Jacob, give us that phone back. He tried to act like he didn't have the phone, but then he finally came up with the phone. This motherfucker stole the phone out of my boy's hotel room.
Yeah.
Tripoli spent the whole time begging his boy. You spent the whole time getting your boy to just not steal.
I threw him in the car, drove him home, just kicked him out to his wife, and this is. I mean, fucking happens. But this is Mike Young. Who the fuck is? Yeah. This is Mike Young. So one of my favorite stories about Mike Young is I don't know how it happened, but one day I'm at the Comedy Store. And you show up and you're like, bro, dog, I'm in fucking trouble, dude. I go, can we tell this story?
We can tell it. We'll just leave names or
okay, no names
out of it and all that.
No names, dude. So he's like, I'm like, Mike, what happened? He goes, bro, I'm at this bar, dude. And this guy starts getting lippy with me. And Mike Young can box. Mike Young can box. And then this guy starts getting lippy with me. And I don't know, dude. Next thing we're throwing hands. And I just beat the shit out of this guy. And it turns out he's like the head of like some mob family.
Oh, no.
Terrible. It turned out terrible for me.
Oh, no.
But Tripoli's the first freaking person that I see after I beat this guy up. I don't know who he is when I beat him up. I just think we're having a regular bar fight. I hadn't been in a fight, and this is before the Florida shit. I hadn't been in a fight in 10 years. This dude is like waving his hand over my head. He had just beat someone else up in the bar. I thought he was just a maniac. I was like, yo, man, calm down. He's like, F you, I'll kill you. We get into it. Boom, I end up like catching him with a right hand. He goes down. I smash a speaker on him. I lose my mind. Next thing I know, my fucking boys are pulling me out of a pile. And they're like, yo, you just beat up the boss of this city. And I'm like, and then I remember in my mind, I remember hearing like, if anything goes down at this place, don't ever fuck with the owner because he's the boss. And it was the owner. And I didn't know anything about that. I ran out the door. I got into a cab. I fled the scene. I went and told the cab driver, take me to the Comedy Store. I get out of a cab at the Comedy Store. I got blood marks, like red scratches on my neck. My hair is all messed up. And Tripoli's like, what's wrong, bro? What happened? I'm like, yo, bro, the mob is after me. He's like, what the fuck are you talking about? I go, the mob is after me.
So I was driving. I don't know if you ever heard my, not that anyone would. I have a famous joke about being chased by a Russian, some Albanian tow truck drivers, and I had a red piece of shit Mustang, right? It was just a piece of shit Mustang that Pablo Francisco had given me because he gave it to Rita because he won it in a poker tournament, and the guy Rita didn't want it, and I needed a car, so he just gave me the car, and I was like, oh, dude, I got a car, I'm driving a Mustang, it's a bucket, but it drives, and I'm like, Mike, man, dude, we got to get to the fucking airport. I'll drive you right the fuck now. I wanted to go into transporter mode, dude. I'm like, get you to the airport, get you the fuck to Michigan, and I was ready to do it. You're like, no, dude, I got to figure this out. So there became a deal, right? There was an end deal. How did it end?
Basically, that night, my boy who was a bookie, he was like, who knows those people? He's like, yo, you got to meet me at Swingers Diner. So I meet him at Swingers Diner, and he's like, yo, bro, this isn't good. This guy says he can't hear out of his ear. They're looking for you in the streets. We got to figure this out. He's like, you're going to have to take a beating. I said, I'm not taking a free beating. We got to go back to the table and negotiate this. I'm sorry. I didn't know who he was. I had no idea. So I start making phone calls back to Detroit. I mean, bro, I'll tell you one part that, you saw who drove my car up to the Comedy Store that night, right?
No, I don't remember who.
I left a very famous movie star, a friend of mine. I had left my car at the place where I beat the guy up. I called my boy. I'm like, yo, bro, I left my car there. Next thing you know, the biggest movie star in the world drives my Honda Accord up to the Comedy Store to bring me my car and drops it off to me. And they're all like, yo, this is not good. So I'm at Swingers. I take the meeting. He tells me, this isn't good. You might have to take a beating. I beat him up on a Wednesday. Monday's coming. He wants to set up a meeting to meet me on Monday. So I got Wednesday. It happened. I got a few days in between to figure this out. I know that if I move back to Detroit, I can never do comedy again. It's just over. I go back in the scrap metal business. Mike Young was like a funny guy that we all knew, and now he's in scrap metal. And so I knew I just would never give up comedy. I would never. And so I call my people in Detroit. I tell them what happened. They're trying to make phone calls out to the West. Everything's going on. In between Wednesday and Monday, I swear to God, I start writing letters and sending gifts to this guy's house. Like, I find out where he is, and I send like these letters. I'm so sorry, apology letters. I sent him a University of Arizona hoodie just in case he was a college football fan. I swear to God,
just
bro. I was sending
something sticks, right? Just throwing it all at the wall. That's so funny.
I was praying.
It with kindness.
Praying.
That's amazing.
So Tripoli, I mean, you know the story. I make a bunch of phone calls. I call some people from the East Coast in a family, like a real family that I know. I meet with them, and they're like, yo, we'll go in with you. We'll squash this whole thing. Just take us with you. Don't worry, Mike. We got you. We know who this guy is. He'll know us. I kept hearing about how bad his eardrum was. And so I ended up just telling my gangster friends, I just lied to them. I said, because I knew this guy would never let it go, ever. And I was not willing to like live my life looking over my shoulder. And I just took a chance on a meeting. I told my guys, I said, fellas, I lied to them. I said, I'm going to a public place for the meeting. I'm fine. If you don't hear from me by 3:30, then maybe like go check some places out. But I'm good. Monday comes for the meeting. Tripoli, should I just tell the rest of the story?
Yeah, go. It's great.
Monday comes. We go to one of my boys' houses. You know what I mean? We all meet up, 4 or 5 of my friends. One of my friends, like Kevin Connolly from Entourage, is there. He's like, Young, don't go. This is a terrible idea. You shouldn't go. A couple of my other friends are like, I can't believe we got to a sit down. My other friends like, this is a terrible idea. My brother's on notice in Detroit. My godfather's on notice. The gangsters from New York. Everyone's on notice. I go to the meeting with my boy who set it up, you know what I mean, thinking we're going to be okay. I set it up for an apology, midday apology. And I go in, we drive down to where the place is for the sit down, and I walk in, and, you know, truth be told, I'm not super comfortable telling this story that much, but I know I'm good now. Like everything's good. I'll never say the names, but I walked into the sit down, and right when I walked in, the place was shut down. It was a restaurant that's usually open. It was shut down. The whole corner was shut down. Nobody was around. I walk in, and homeboy's right in front of me right when I walk in, and he's dressed in like Under Armour gear, and he's dressed for like a workout. And so right away I start apologizing. I'm just like, yo, bro, I'm so sorry. I didn't know who you were. Can we work this out? I'll pay money. I'll work for free. I'll do whatever. I'm apologizing. He's like, don't even worry about it. He sends me into, he points kind of like this to like another room. And it's like the big room, like where a big restaurant area is. And I see like a stereo playing Italian music. I see I see like the bass and the treble going up and down on the stereo. And in my mind, I'm still a comedian. So I'm like, what a fucking bad movie scene. Like,
Yeah, this is crazy.
you're playing music. And then I look over to the right, and there's like a 6'5" dude with a handlebar mustache, hat pulled down, sunglasses. He's got a 9mm. And so there's two guys like that. One's just pacing, and the other one is like in a corner sitting. His gun's like on the table. And so me and my boy are in there, and he's like, the dude's kind of holding the gun like this, like real loose. And so I'm thinking, if my mom hears that I got killed in the middle of the day, this is like the worst fucking way for any mom. Like, that's all I'm thinking, is that my mom's going to hear that I died in the day. And so I'm thinking, if this dude with the loose grip gets any closer, I could snatch the gun, and like I could get everybody in there.
Krav Maga that shit.
I was in like some crazy zone where I was like thinking he could get me. Obviously, if he's 10 feet away, there's nothing I could do. Long story short, obviously I'm here. Thank God. He put the gun on me. They put me in a booth. They went to work on me. They blew me out like the Elephant Man. And it was so bad that like my boy, who was like, he's an underworld guy, he was screaming like 5 feet to the right of me because they had put the gun on him too. But they were beating me. They didn't beat him. They beat me. And they beat me to a pulp. But I didn't know. So while they're beating me, all I remember is like the first punch. And I remember the first punch is so hard that I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, this dude's got a great punch. Like this, like fucking heavy handed. My jaw just like took it. And I'm like thinking, this guy had something in his hand. Like that wasn't like a regular fist. And next thing I know, everything else just felt like tink, 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 tink. So when the beating is done, I'm still breathing. And I'm breathing, and I'm kind of like, and I'm just sort of like feeling my body because I think it's over. But I'm also thinking in my mind, I'm like, oh shit, they think they got me, but I'm not even hurt. That's what I'm thinking. I'm like, I'm not even hurt. They didn't break my legs. They didn't break my arms. I'm moving. I'm breathing. So I think I'm fine then I kind of come to and I look down and I'm just obviously there's like a river of blood.
Oh.
Long story short, bro, they stand me up. They take my shirt. They take my license. They take my cell phone. They give me another shirt that they had waiting for me. They sent me out the back door.
Is this something they're prepared for? Just waiting?
Yeah,
like,
dude, that's exactly what it is.
Get a blood shirt. Let's go.
Bro,
crazy.
It was a brand. By the way, I'll never forget. It was like a thick, beefy tee.
Oh yeah.
And I remember when I put it on, I was like, this is like good for the winter, but not good to work out in.
Yeah.
Like I was thinking like this isn't really comfortable.
I wish I would never wear this. Go figure. Damn it. Ugh.
Damn, dude.
I would never wear this.
Do you ever go on anyone's podcast telling stories, Mike? You are the best storyteller, dude. You should. Have you ever thought about going on like Ryan Sickler's Honeydew and telling all this shit?
He's never asked me.
I'm gonna text
I've asked those dudes, man.
Okay, I'm gonna tell. I'm
I
gonna
got a
text
few
them.
questions about this. Okay, so when you first, do you think you're about to die? Like, do you think, like, is that a thought when you walk in there even, or did you think it was an apology? Like, did you think there's like 5% chance someone's going to blow my brains out?
No, I thought 100% I'm just apologizing because I was convinced by my friends that like we got it down to a sit down apology, that he was healing up and like it was just going to be an apology.
Were they pissed?
So
did they feel like they were lied to? Were they pissed?
Bro, when I tell you it didn't end there, like, yeah, I went to the hospital. I got stitched up. I got, cauterized, no bleeding on the brain, CAT scan, all that shit. But then when it happened to me, it was like the warring factions started going crazy. Like my people in Detroit called the people in New York. The people in New York called some people, that were in another city. That the people in that city were like, yo, Mike, bro, it got so serious that it got so serious that the organized crime division of the city was coming to my house every 2 weeks, and they were trying to get me to talk, and I never talked.
Because you're a real man, dog. You're a G.
Can I sorry, are these white people? I'm just curious.
They're Italians, right?
Italian?
A lot of Italians, or are they all white?
It doesn't matter. I don't even want to say what race.
Respect. Johnny, stop asking the bad questions, okay?
Well,
We're not going to get him in trouble.
It's funny. LA, I don't know what organized crime looks like in LA is really what I'm asking about. Because it's
mixed. It's just mixed.
It is.
Everyone works for each other. It's mixed up. Right? Like when the cops came to me, I didn't even know if they were real. You know what I mean? Like I was so paranoid at that time.
Yeah.
They were banging down my door because they were trying to get me to go talk, and I was never going to talk because there was nothing to talk about. I just said I got mugged, and that was it.
Yeah.
I never said anything. And, look, bro.
That's wild, dude. Would you have gone if you'd known it would got you out of it, but it was a beat down like that? Would you have gone?
Never. I would never take a free punch. I made a mistake. I can admit it. There was like a 1 second moment when he and I were like going at it that I could have walked away, but my exact thought was that he was like a pit bull and he was going to bite my nose because like a second earlier he had already beat somebody up. So I thought he was just going to like bite my face off. And so in my stupid ass, dumb fucking Detroit brain, I was like, yo, if I just get him first, security will just take him out. We'll just have a fun night. And I made a big mistake. I can admit it. And the repercussions were heavy, and they went on for like a year. It was like a year.
Crazy to me,
crazy,
dude.
Bro. Did he give you any you don't know who you're messing with, bro? Any of that stuff before, or there was no time for that?
Yeah, before we got in it, he was saying things like that, like you don't know who I am, you know who the fuck I am. But I didn't take it seriously because I didn't know.
Everyone in LA says that. Yeah. Everyone in LA. Do you know?
I didn't.
Mike.
But
I'm Tom Brady's pool guy.
But I look, I can admit I fucked that up. I fucked that up. You know what I mean? Like I have to say that just because it's never, if you can walk away from something, you have to walk away. And it's never worth it. Yo, bro, I was on the road with Rogan at the time. Those are my years with Joe. Yeah. So when Joe found out what happened, he was tight with the owners of the UFC world. And he was like, yo, Mike, what do you need? Like, I got you. Like, what do you want? Who do you want to? I kept going like this to all the people that love me, to my friends that I love, to the people that I know and that are dangerous. I put my hands up to all of them. I said, yo, no, it's done. No. But I had 20 offers on the table because
that's crazy.
I did mess up bad, but he definitely got me worse. You know what I mean? They got me bad. They got me real bad. You know, when I went to the hospital,
head, man, you never know with the brain, man.
Well, I mean, he can't be doing that bad. He's made a movie.
What I'm saying is, like, anytime you take a risk of taking a punch like that, it could be it. You know what I'm saying?
they could have got, if they would have gone up here, I'd be dead. They just destroyed like all this and this. And I didn't think I'd even smile again.
Right after. I bet you got laid right after. Right after. You probably went and found another chick at the fucking club and just.
Yeah, where was Dana the day after this happened? That's all.
So listen, Mike, I've kept you too long. I've kept you too long. I want to real quick, get into this movie. I love that you write movies. Like you know, you're probably like, where have I heard Mike Young? You know, he's done a ton of great stuff. He got shout outs on Entourage. I remember watching going, oh my God, did they just shout out Mike Young? So Mike Young's always been working, always been grinding, always been putting out great stuff. But you got this new movie. It came out with my boy Jeff Dye's in it. It's called Stealing Jokes. Is that what it's called again? Yeah. Tell us where they can find it.
It comes out November 1st in 3 weeks. It comes out on Apple, Amazon, DirecTV, all streaming. You could pre-order it now. It's my fourth movie, and it's like my favorite movie. It's about, it's Tripoli. You'll love this because this was a movie that I had to make because I was so pent up with anger from comedy that, like, in the world, that it's about it's Ocean's 11 for comedians. They go on the road. They pull off a heist.
Oh, I love it, dude. I love it. You got some great names in there, too.
Michael Rappaport, Jeff Dye did amazing. This kid, HaHa Davis. Sebastian did a fun cameo for me. Paul Verzi cameo. Tony Rock, Annie Letterman. Bro, if I would have seen you, Tripoli, I'd have you in that mix.
I'd do it. I don't want to act, but I do something for you, dude. I mean, I'm not the best actor, but anything for you, dude. If you need a bathroom attendant, just hand you towels or some shit, I'll do that shit.
Bro, every time you go to the bathroom, I get beat up.
Yeah, so that's it. That's it. Maybe not. So we're gonna put a link into it, and when it drops, we'll put it in the thing. And Mike, I love you. Thank you so much for coming on, dude. I appreciate it. I don't want to keep you on. I know you're on the East Coast. I don't want to keep you here, but thanks for coming on, dude. I love you very much. You're an OG, and it's always a pleasure to talk to you. And I'll talk to some people who do storytelling. I think you'd be perfect.
Thank you, Trip. I can't find out how to get on podcasts. I got to call an agent that doesn't talk to me.
All right, I'll talk to some people. We'll pull some strings.
Love you, buddy.
I love you, buddy.
Yo, John, thank you.
Yes, brother. Nice to meet you. That was a great story.
Damn, dude.
That's great, man.
That's supposed to be a short interview. And that guy's fire. Mike Young is fire.
Great, man.
Mike Young is fire, dude. That was a great dude. I didn't realize how crazy that got at the end.
No, dude. No, you had told me that story privately, and maybe on here one time early on, but it was so much crazier than you even remember.
Imagine if you can call like a mob bosses from the East Coast.
Well, and like he's got like celebrities bringing him in his car, thinking, because I get what he's trying to do. He's trying to let them see that he's got friends in Hollywood and stuff, and they just didn't care, dude. They did not.
Mike Young throws hands, dude. He's got big ass hands.
I believe it. Yeah.
He's a boxer. He's always done boxing. That's why I like Tony Rock's in this movie, because Tony Rock likes to box. So G's among G's, dude. G's among G's. It was really great. And it's always good to see Mike Young, dude. I see him at the store.
Where's he live?
He's one of the OGs. I think he lives here. But he's like always working on something. So Johnny, a couple things going on. Last night I was at the store again. I'm getting buried at the end of the lineup. I'm getting buried at the end.
What, you're back in the Tripoli spot? Is that what you mean?
And it's in the OR. It's not in the main room where I get to go longer. There's a comic following me now, right? So I'm getting late, and it's like, listen, I love comedians. I love the young comics. I love all the young comics at the Comedy Store. I love all the new comics at the Comedy Store. I'm really happy for everybody. Okay. But
You
it's
always have to proceed it with something like just.
well, you have to, because I don't want people to think this is like, there's one thing you can always know about me is like, I love comedians. I root for comedians. I'm not like, my jealousy of comedians is never fuck them. My jealousy is, I wish I could be there with them where they are. I'm happy for them to be there. Do you understand? Like, it's never one, like, there's only one guy I despise. Okay. And I think he's pure scum. And then there's a guy that I just don't like, but I wish him the best. Okay. Outside of that, I don't hate anybody, dude. I want people to do well. I just want to be able to flourish and enjoy what I can enjoy.
Live and let live, right?
Live and let live. And I just want to have the best experiences I can, treating people well. You know, when I leave Hollywood and it's looking like it's going to be more sooner than later, I want to leave with my name intact. Okay. So I'm getting buried at the end of these lineups. She's just put me at the end, and I'm blessed to have a spot, right? It's like, what? Me at the what? One spot. Okay. Okay. This is just life, dude. This is just life, you know? So I get at the end. I'm following a very funny comic named Steve Garza. Steve is really cool. And Steve tells me the reason he got into comedy is because he saw me at the La Jolla Comedy Store, and he loved when I did this bit about the stripper in a wheelchair, right? And it's like crazy. Yeah, when you get to see like the people you influence and they're doing great, super happy.
That's
super
cool,
happy for him. I have no problems with following Steve. Love Steve. Love sharing the stage with him. But we're both so late. After me is Willie Tyler. Okay? Willie, who followed me last night? Was it Willie? It was, yeah. Hold on. Let me make sure I get that. I don't know.
You want me to look for the lineup?
Willie Hunter, excuse me. Willie Tyler's the puppet guy. Willie Hunter. Now, I don't even know why Willie's late. Willie is young, black, working in Hollywood. Why is he going late? There's no rules to this shit. And, you know, I'm just out of love. I'm just telling you. Why am I so late? Okay. So I go up. Steve goes up, does a great job, gets it going. I go up. I'm trying to work some new stuff. It's late. I'm warming them up. I'm getting them going. I turn to this one guy. He looks like a blend between an Indian and a Persian. So I called him like the Shah of 7-Eleven, right? The Shah of 7-Eleven.
Yeah.
So we start going at it, and we start having fun. I'm making fun. Everyone's having a good time. Suddenly this guy starts getting angry at me.
No.
Right. And dude, this is where I fucked up. So the Comedy Store has a fucking mount in the back for your camera. And I put my phone, and I went to put it up, but I thought it was too wide. So I didn't record the set. I'm so upset.
Oh no.
Oh my God, bro. So
you thought, what, your phone was too wide to fit the mount?
I thought the picture was too wide.
Oh, got you. Okay.
I couldn't use it to clip up. And I should have, and I will from now on, always leave my phone up there. Always. So when magic happens, because magic has been happening with me late at the Comedy Store. Okay. Some people come into the temple thinking they're going to take a shit at the altar. And daddy can't put up with that. Okay. So I said, this guy's going, "You're not funny. You are not funny." And bro, I annihilate this guy in the most loving way I can. Because they're always like, "You're not funny. Nobody laughing." And then I would hit him and the place would go nuts. And I would just look at him. I go, "Did you hear that? You're not the funny." I go, "Sir, you're from a third world. Okay. You do not understand sarcasm. Do you get sarcasm, sir?" He goes, "I get sarcasm." I go, "Okay. Do you understand?" He goes, "You're not funny." I go, "Who are you? Who are you? What have you done besides beat your children when they lost a spelling bee?" Okay. What have you done The war judging me. I go, do me. You love comedy. I love comedy. I go, name me one comic, not named Russell Peters. Name me one comic. He just stared at me. I go, you got nothing. I mean, dude, I annihilate this guy as he's walking out, just like the whole way out. I realize the blue light's on. I go, who's next? Willie Hunter. I go, okay, that's my time. A guy stands up, starts giving me a standing O. I go, and I look around him. I go, and I got a standing O. I go, and the whole room just fucking starts. I get a legit standing O in the OR. My second one in like 5 months.
That's
dude, you
great,
never
man.
see standing O's in the OR. Never.
Great, man.
Never. And it's because I'm so late and these kids are all great. They're all great comics, but everyone's safe now. And they come to the fucking Mecca for chaos.
Yeah.
And I give it to him. So he's like telling me I'm not funny, right? And I go, bro, he goes, where are you? What do you? I go, my picture's everywhere around. He goes, your picture aren't over there. I go, my picture's literally right there. He goes, it's not right there. I go, dude, I'm going to get off stage and I'm going to walk you to my picture. Can we agree on that? Because I thought he was going to throw the glass at me because he kept looking like he was going to. I go, throwing the glass at me is going to be the worst thing you ever do in your life. You're not going to get out of here normal. Okay. It's going to be really bad. So just let's have a conversation. And then the Comedy Store, God bless them. Everybody working there is in to watch the greatness happen. Okay. Because this is old school Comedy Store.
You didn't record this. Oh,
dude, hand to God. All the employees were, sir, I go, let it go. Let it go.
No, you're cooking. Yeah, let him go.
Let Daddy cook. Let Daddy cook, bro. 2 men enter. Sam Tripoli leaves. It's how it goes all the time. Right? So I get done. He's walking out. I want to show him my picture. I come around. He's out the door. I go, where is he? His wife comes up to me and goes, he left. Please don't say anything to him. She goes, I'm so sorry. She goes, I go, she goes, no, I'm sorry for you. I go, don't be sorry for me. My picture's right there. That's my fucking picture right there. I just want him to see my picture. She goes, please don't say anything to him. I go, I'm going to let go. I'm a lover, dog. I'm a lover. I'm not here for war.
Was it a joke that set him off? Like a race thing or something?
Oh, yeah. He goes, oh, that's another thing, right? So he goes to me, you're racist. I go, yeah. So? I go, what's your fucking point? Because I'm just tired of it, Johnny. I get called anti-Semitic, homophobic, racist. It means nothing.
Yeah, I mean, if you were everything everybody calls you, you'd be the worst person in the world. You know what I mean?
I would be the worst person in the world, dude.
You'd be little Hitler here on this podcast.
Right? I mean, like, dude, it is crazy to me.
New Hitler, Sam Tripoli, everybody.
New Hitler, dude. That should be my next special. New Hitler. Okay? The way people talk to me. So I don't take the words serious. It doesn't mean anything to me. There's nobody that shows more love to people than me. I love people. I love helping people. It's like it makes up for all the fucking deviance I have in my life. I help others because I remember what it's like not to be helped. So I love to help people.
Have you always been good at hecklers? Because when I hearing heckler stories makes my palms start to sweat a little bit. Like, have you always been good at that? Like,
Johnny,
stopping
it's
people
a
down?
classic. It's like the things that traumatize you as a child tend to come up and be your strengths as you get older. Okay. Right. So when we were kids, I've told the story before, but I'll tell one more time. When we were kids, my generation was the first generation of mass divorce. So all the kids, all my best friends from school, their parents were all getting divorced and it was traumatizing them. So they became very hardened. Now, most boys, like I was fighting for like most of like early school. And then at some point, we just stopped fighting. And then we just started verbally annihilating each other.
Yeah.
Just annihilating each other. And I told the story. We go to Pontillo's Pizza. If you sat in this one place, this one part of the booth, you would get lit the fuck up.
So what? It's like the Comedy Cellar, you know, the corner booth. Is it like that?
Yeah, dude. You would just go lit the fuck up. You go to Pontillo's and get lit the fuck up, and you just got good fast. So fast forward to college. I go to college. I'm in a fraternity, right? I'm the funny guy because I moved to Vegas to be a comedian. I thought it'd be a great place to start, and it was the worst place to start. It was perfect for me because I was so, I was like immature. I didn't know how to deal with people. I had a lot of my father in me, which was scorch the earth, right? I didn't know how to.
Good because you didn't start in LA. Is that what you mean?
Yeah, I didn't start in LA or New York. I wasn't burning bridges there, right? So I spent like the first 5 years of comedy just, going to war in a pond where nobody cared. I remember one day I had done stand-up at the university and I bombed. I did it at the UNLV and I bombed. And I felt like a piece of shit. And there was a guy who had been doing stand-up in New York hanging out. He was like a local now. He just moved here. And he goes, "Hey, man, there's another show tonight, an open mic across the street." And I go, "Hold on, you can do 2 shows in one night?" He goes, "Yeah." I go, "Let's fucking go." So I go there, dude, and I'm up there doing stand-up, and this drunk fucking mechanic with the biggest mouth I've ever seen, with the weirdest teeth I've ever seen, starts just yelling at me. And bro, I'm telling you, everything I'd ever trained for in my life suddenly came to this fucking, it's like what Oprah says, where luck is like hard work and opportunity meet. Boom. And I light this guy up so hard. And as I'm doing, I'm like, oh, this is what I meant to do. This is what I meant to do. And dude, it was like Neo in the Matrix where he just goes, zing, 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 and everything just, and I annihilated this guy. So badly, I went up to him after and apologized and bought him a drink. He's like, "I'm pissed." I'm like, "I'm sorry, dog. You just danced with the devil here." And I've been doing it ever since. So what would happen, Johnny, is I was so good at killing hecklers that I would do shows. We would do stand-up in between rock bands. So what would happen was there was this one place that had a fucking, they would do bands. And then they had a break, so they wanted to put on a little show. They're like, "You guys want to do stand-up?" So I would go up and just take out all the fucking hecklers. I was host, like, boom, 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 boom. Everyone listens. Bring out the comedians, dude.
That's great. That's funny.
That's always been my thing. And it's just sit in the pocket and you don't get them the first time, don't get them the second time. You're going to get them because the crowd wants you to win. Hey, Johnny, real quick, man. Quiet's out. So here's what's happening. I'm just trying to break even on this thing. If you purchase it, you're just basically helping me fund this thing, and I'd be thankful. You don't have to, but we're working on it, okay? That's kind of what we're going to do. I'm also going on the road. I'm going to be in Tulsa next month. Then I'm going to be in Tampa. Then I'm going to be in Mexico. And we got new dates coming out, okay? The final thing is this, everybody. Chaos Twins also is about to go live, episode 2. So we're going to be putting out pre-orders. This thing is rolling. I'm very excited about it. Right. Chaos Twins number 2. We're about to fucking rock. So go to samtripoli.com. You get the details of everything, and let's get back to it.
You tweeted or put on Instagram of that guy talking about that court case. I don't even.
Oh, yeah.
Go to Sam's Instagram. I won't be able to find it here, but that was so funny, dude. He found the perfect example and then strapped that joke over the top of it. Oh, it's so good.
It's so good. And then I didn't know. I thought his name was in it, and then he's like, "Please tag me." I'm like, "You know what, dude? I should tag you. I'll tag any dude. Listen to me. If I go on a big podcast and I tell I learn, I'm expressing something I learned, I will give the people who taught me the lesson. I'll give them the shout out on the podcast. Like, I'm not interested in stealing. What?
Mike Hammock, I think is the guy. Yeah,
Mike Hammock. Do you want to play it? Can you play it?
Yeah, I found it. Yeah, I'll play it.
Yeah, this is Mike Hammock.
I mean, he put it out. So it's cool. It's cool to share.
Yeah, right? I mean, he asked me to tag him. He wasn't upset.
The woman who burned down the abortion clinic in Wyoming a couple of months ago. Woman, she burned down the only abortion clinic in Wyoming. It was 2 weeks away from opening, burns it to the ground. So she's being charged with a bunch of federal hate crimes because it was an abortion clinic. But her conservative lawyers are arguing that no, she burned down a construction site. It wasn't an abortion clinic yet. But then the liberal lawyers are arguing that no, it was an abortion clinic. It became an abortion clinic the second they started building it. Which means you've got conservatives arguing that a thing isn't a thing until it's totally done. And liberals arguing that clinics begin at construction. And I feel like I'm losing my fucking mind.
That's a great bit.
It's so good.
That's a great bit. That is a thinking man's bit, right? You have to think to understand that.
Yeah.
And that's a lost art, dog.
No.
That's a lost art.
And you can hear the people that are really in tune, like hearing it before it even gets there. You know what I mean? Like start to chuckle, and then yeah, it's so good. Yeah, that's one of those things. I'm sure when he first saw that headline and it popped in, he's like,
oh, fire, bro. And it's one of those bits you're like, why didn't I think about that?
It's so great. Yeah, it's so great.
You know. So yeah, shout out to him. What is
the Mike Hammock on Instagram.
Okay, shout out to him, and maybe we could tag him in our notes so people can find him. Yeah. So I make up for not tag. I felt bad, dude. I thought it was no chill. I don't know why. I don't know who.
Well, no, it's because that was somebody who clipped it and shared it somewhere else. I think that was their account. What else is going on?
Oh, dude. So did kill Tony.
Yeah, I wanted to talk to you about
the special drops. It's a lot of love. People are helping me cover the costs. I can't wait till the masses see it.
So funny, dude. So funny.
Was it good? Be honest, dude. I know you're being nice to me.
I mean, I was there and I loved it, and I watched it again and I loved it. Yeah.
I mean, who works in Fallen Angels into a fucking dick joke set?
Well, and yeah, it just looked great too. I mean, it was.
Yeah, I mean, Dana is the master of all that. She's like the best. She's done like every time. You know, it's like her director she works with, Wayne Isham, got sick, so they haven't been able to work lately. But every time they did a special, every time they did a project, it won awards. It's kind of crazy. So she's able to do. I think she's going to do Brian Callen's next special. I think it's going to be from the comedy Mothership.
Oh, cool.
Which I'm very excited about. And
can I just say though, it's so important. I wish it wasn't that it looked great, but it's so because people just won't take it seriously if it doesn't look great and you're there.
Yeah,
I mean, it looks.
But you know, you're totally right. Like my special before that is shot on an iPhone, but I wanted it to be like that. I wanted to come off as underground-ish, right?
Yeah, kind of punk rock.
Yeah, definitely. So it was good. So I'm doing the rounds. I'm doing the 24th. I do Rogan. Let's knock on wood. I don't get bumped by President Trump or by Kamala Harris.
Cool, that would be
how crazy would it be if this is the lineup? Donald Trump, Sam Tripoli, Kamala Harris.
Dude, I mean, honestly, you couldn't be going on at a better time as far as him.
Yeah, dude. I mean, it's crazy. I mean, like, that's just the beauty of Rogan, dude. It's like he'll talk to up and coming comics, he'll talk to seasoned veterans, and he'll talk to masters of mankind. It's like kind of crazy, right?
The guy.
So Tony Hinchcliffe has constantly been, hey, dude, you need to get out to Austin. And Johnny, you and I have been talking about it. We want to find a place. XG wants to get in on it where we can do like set up a studio there and fucking. We're also we'll get into that after, but where we could go out there for like a certain amount of time, come back when we want. Because I hate Los Angeles. I hate the Hollywood comedy scene. I despise it. When I see certain people's names on the Comedy Store marquee, I go, what are we doing here? What are we doing here?
Just name names.
Like, no, I'm not. Because I don't want to get into it. Because ultimately, they've done nothing to me personally. So I don't have
ill will with their bad taste. I mean,
well, they've offended me because they were all part of this. Like my whole thing that white women have destroyed the LA comedy scene.
That's what I'm saying. They destroyed something you love. Why can't you mention?
Yeah. Well, let's just say this female comic has been on, it's so funny, Johnny. I was listening to the Unabomber's manifesto and I go, dude, the older you get, the more you relate to the Unabomber. And I'm going to do that as a joke on stage. Like, dude, the older I get, the more I get the Unabomber. I totally get it. Right? I totally get everything he said and why he's like, fuck these fucking liberals.
When you got to say that, just say it like, yeah, I was just sitting around listening to Unabomber's manifesto. You just got to let that breathe because that's going to that's gonna hit, dude. That's so funny. Sitting around listening.
The audiobook, not reading it, the audiobook. And
that's great.
And I go like, there's going to be people who are going to go, hey man, that's not cool that you think the Unabomber is right about things. And maybe I don't enjoy his methods, right? Maybe his methods weren't right.
No. Yeah.
Okay. But if you go, hey man, Sam, you're praising the Unabomber, right? Which I'm joking doing, but there were people, comedians, who are on Hillary Clinton's like Apple TV show. And they wear it with pride. You're like, who killed more people? Like, let's not even talk about all of her work as an official government official. Let's just talk about interpersonal life. Let's not even talk about that. Let's say who killed more people, the Unabomber or Hillary Clinton's bodyguards? Who killed more people? Like, you can even get down to that level, right?
No, totally. Yeah. I mean,
it's like crazy to me. The reason I bring up a lot of this is because Tony Hinchcliffe is murking the Comedy Store right now, like all the time. Like he murks it openly. And, some people, think Tony's got a strong personality, but I'm just going to tell you something, dude. That's what it takes to get where he is this insane belief in yourself. Okay. It really is. It takes that. And you have to have that kind of fucking Michael Jordan view of your craft and what you do to get to where you are. And where Kill Tony is insanity. It's insanity.
I had no idea until I heard that they were playing the Forum, and I was like, are you serious?
Johnny. I hit up Red Band. I hit up Tony. I go, hey, man, my special's coming out. Can I do Kill Tony? They're like, yeah, dude. Here's some dates open. Which one? So I give him the date, October 7th. You're in, dude. Locked in, bro. Locked in. I'm like, great, dude. Thank you. So I'm talking to my friends. I'm like, hey, dude. Yeah, I'm doing Kill Tony on the 7th. Oh, dude, people acted like I just announced I'm having a new baby. I'm not even lying to you, dude. I'm not. They're like, oh my God. I'm so happy for you. This is going to be great. You deserve it. You deserve it. You deserve it. It is, you are blessings to you. I go, I'm not having a kid. I'm just doing my friend's show that used to be in the belly room and we were entertaining 50 people. And now it's like, so you get there, bro. And you're like, yeah, I'm in town for Kill Tony. What? You're in town for Kill Tony? I'm like, yeah, I'm in town for Kill Tony. Yeah. I'm like, whoa. I sense this is big. I sense my cousin wants to fly out for it. He ends up not doing, but he's like, I think I'm going to fly out for it. I go, what? Okay, let me know. So I get their day of, and it's crazy flights, dude. It's just crazy. Like, dude, it begins a week of chaos for me. A week of chaos. So, and dude, this week I just had kind of led up to this moment at the Comedy Store I had that got me to standing out. So I go there and I walk in and the Mothership is like just a pulsating energy.
How does it compare to what the store used to be like when it was really popping?
Well, nothing compares to the store because the store is just much bigger. It's just got a bigger place. But on Kill Tony night, it has the same energy. And what I will tell you about the Mothership and 6th Street is 6th Street reminds me of the Sunset Boulevard in like 98. Right? Like
Wait,
99, 2000,
the
the Kobe Bryant Shaq years when they were winning, and Sunset was popping, dude. It was the craziest thing I've ever seen in my life. Like to see how Sunset is right now and how it was is insane to me. I don't know where people hang out in LA now. Hollywood's not busy like it used to be.
People don't go out. That's what it is. People don't go out. That's what happened with the COVID, dude. People don't go out anymore. So I show up. I'm the second show. The first show I think was Chris DiStefano and fucking who was the other guy? Fuck, I forget. Do you want me to look it up?
Joe, what the fuck is Joe last name? Joe DeRosa. Sorry, Joe. I love you.
Oh yeah, Joe DeRosa is hilarious.
Joe DeRosa. Oh, dude, a murderer. He tells the best bit about trying to like hook up with this chick. It's really funny, dude. He did at Skankfest. So I think they were the first one. Joe, I'm on with Russell Peters, right? So I go there. I'm showing up. It's chaos. I know a bunch of the guys who are 10th plant guys who work there. They like fucking get me in. I'm like, okay, like, it's like I feel like when I went to do a TV show. That's how I feel right now. Like I'm doing a TV show.
Yeah.
So I get it.
Well, I mean,
I get
it's bigger
in.
than most TV shows. Yeah.
I go, 100%, dude. This thing is a fucking juggernaut, dude. It's
Is
a
Brian actually
juggernaut.
producing it anymore, or is he
Yes.
have like a whole production staff there?
No, there's production staff, like he's producing everything on the stage.
That's cool.
Like, dude, there's a whole production. There's cameras. Dude, it is chaos, dude.
But he's
I
not
go
like
in-
switching cameras up there, is he? Do you I'm just curious.
No, I think
the
there's
producer.
someone who does it.
Okay, all right. That's
in the
so
back.
cool that you've gotten to that point where that would be
No.
like me not switching cameras on tinfoil hat. I mean, can you imagine? It's
So
blown
I
up.
go in the back, dude. Gordon Ryan is hanging out there. You know who Gordon Ryan is? The super jujitsu guy, the greatest jujitsu practitioner on planet Earth is there.
like an early UFC guy. I don't.
No. He's like 27. He's winning Abu Dhabi and all that shit. He's hanging out there. There's bands in the back. There's just, I mean, it's like the craziest energy ever. I mean, it's crazy. And I go, oh, this is a big fucking deal, dude. So they're like, and like Tony's like, let me just tell you the rules here. It's real simple. I'll set you up. I'll let go. He goes, don't shit on the regulars. People love them. It probably won't go well. And just have a good time. Let me set up. Now, I also know that I like to talk. I'm a talker. And sometimes I want to talk too much. And I have to respect that this is Tony's dojo. So, the key is let Tony, and who murders on this show. He murders. He crushes it.
Well, it's like they designed the show for him. I mean, it fits his skill set perfectly.
Well, you remember it started as like, hey, give these guys notes. Now it's just light them up. And they're for it. The comics are for it. They love it.
Sensitive to watch that. It hurts me to watch it.
But they're there for it.
I know, but it's just like I'm
Johnny, hand to God. Like you go there early and you go to Mothership, you look diagonally across the street and there's a horde of people and you go, what the fuck is that? Just imagine if you went to Home Depot and there was 200 people waiting.
Yeah, they're called Mexicans. They're called Mexicans, Sam.
Yeah. But here they're comics trying to get on Kill Tony.
Oh, wow. Oh, so it's like the Laugh Factory where they're just around the block.
Yeah, but imagine 200 people just hanging out, waiting to hear their name called.
That's so wild, dude.
It's so crazy. So, he sits down and tells me and Russell Peters the rules. I sit down with Russell. I love Russell Peters. So we had a great time. We connected, Russell and I, on raising kids. And so we go out, dude. And Tony gets this huge. So the band plays, the band's playing. They introduce us. We come out, and dude, the energy in the room is fucking fire, bro. It is fire. It's fire.
How big's that room?
What?
It's a huge room. It's like how big?
I'd say it's like a rock club type room.
Okay, so
a rock hall.
Oh yeah, with such a big show in a rock. Oh yeah.
Oh dude, there's people on the sides here. There's people there. There's people up there. It's like packed out.
That's great, man. That's so cool.
So I sit down and I'm like, okay, God, take the wheel. Okay, and the key for me, right, is for my Lord Jesus Christ to light me up, to give me the bullets to fucking go to fucking, get a high body count. I pray to my Lord Jesus Christ.
You're sniping, yeah.
Give this sniper bullets to fucking shoot. So the first one who comes out is Hans Kim, right? And I instantly start to realize I'm not in Kansas anymore, which is Hollywood comedy. He's got a minute. Within 30 seconds, he's doing jokes. Can you write that down to beep, right?
Okay.
And so Tony does his thing, says nice things, blah, 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 blah. Now it's my turn. And my joke is, hey, dude, you're, basically along the lines of, I love your style. Your set took us on a journey. You start out with what it's like to be Asian. You ended with, and then the whole place explodes, and now I'm in it. Okay. Now I'm gonna be honest with you. You have to fucking understand the beats of the show. Because if you talk at the wrong time, it's either you don't hear the line. And that took me a couple seconds. You have to wait till it dies. I got a bunch of laughs. I felt like it was great. My biggest thing is I gotta, for me, because back in the day, Tony be like, dude, you gotta let me talk first. And I was like, and he's totally right, because I'm just a crazy person who can't turn his brain off. So now I was like, so I went up there, I go, did I talk to him? He's like, no, bro, you killed. I'm like, okay, I'm good. I'm good. Go back to my hotel room, nap. I'm good to go. And that is my, that was my Kill Tony. I mean, it's crazy, dude.
Man. That's so cool.
It's crazy. It's like, it's at the height of comedy chaos, we would have so many people partying in the back. The last time we had something like that was when Matt Rife was there. And dude, all these OnlyFans models just wanted to come back and hang out with him. That's what it felt like there.
Dude, can I tell you, my mom, we were driving the other day and she was like, you know who's really funny? Is that Matt, what is his name?
Oh, your mom's a chick.
Rife guy? Yeah.
I like Matt Rife. I'm a Matt Rife guy. I'm team Matt Rife.
Because he's a little dirty. He's a little dirty sometimes, but I still like him.
Hey, dude, God bless you, dude. You're doing crowd work in a fucking theater. God bless you, dude.
Yeah.
God bless you.
Well, that's what she was talking about. She's like, it's so amazing how he just picks these people out of the crowd and says things about them. It was him, and then what's the guy's name? He's a Southern guy. He's one of the few comedians with a Southern accent. Bug eyes.
Nate Bargatze.
Yeah, Bargatze, right? Yeah, she liked him too. Yeah.
No, it was so funny. I saw Nate Bargatze at the comedy. At Skankfest, we were doing a show together, and we were talking about all the comics, Joe List, Mark Norman, who I love as a person and as a comic. Like, I love him. I wish I was like had a better relationship with Joe List. We haven't, our planets haven't passed each other enough to have that, but he makes me fucking laugh. But Mark Norman's so funny. We're all just sitting down talking about best comedy markets. And then I go to Nate Bargatze. What are there better arenas than other arenas? Like, what are your favorite arenas you play? And it got a big laugh. I thought that was funny.
Yeah, that is fun.
Because he's playing arenas.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. It's like what?
And like when I heard Shane Gillis in that arena in Toronto, the only thing I can go is like, it's so loud in there. I don't know how you perform in there. How do you perform in that? I mean, I'll do it for the check. I'll do anything for that kind of check. And I mean anything. Okay. So I'll do it, dude. But it's like, I'm listening to it. I go, how do you focus on your jokes when you can't hear? You can't hear.
Yeah.
It's crazy to me.
No,
so that weird, was it, dude.
You got to trust your fighting. Did you see that picture that somebody tweeted that there's this restaurant called Brownies and Downies?
Yeah, I love it, dude. I love it.
It's like, I mean, it's real. It's not an AI.
I'm telling you, Johnny, I wouldn't doubt if the Downs Are Rising becomes a pop culture reference in the vernacular.
So true.
Comes in the lexicon. Is that what it's called?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt you'll start seeing the Downs Are Rising, dog. They own businesses, right? Everyone else is closing down their business. Downs are flourishing.
Downs, they figured it out. It's like,
dude, you want a cookie and a muffin from a Downs, dog. That's what you want. Unbelievable.
The service is a little slow, but the brownies are delicious.
The service is slow, but the food is good.
Yeah, they put a lot of sugar in it. They love sugar, the Downs.
Oh, yeah, dude, that's half your meal is eaten.
Hungry.
So I'm flying back, Johnny, and I'm getting on my flight, and I'm about to get on my flight, and I noticed that there's this Asian woman with a straight up Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat Asian hat on, like
what, like a Vietnam straw?
Like Sub-Zero, whatever that hat was.
Raiden?
Yeah, Raiden. I was straight up Raiden hat.
Raiden
hat. Like somebody's walking around in a Raiden hat in public, not as a joke or a Halloween
A
costume.
Raiden hat is the worst hat to have on an airplane too, because it takes up a lot of space.
Yeah, dude. So, anyways, I end up sitting right next to this chick. She sits right next to me. So it's me and Miss Raiden next to me. She speaks no English whatsoever. And bro, she's from a different place where she's listening to her Chinese game shows on full volume on her phone. So I'm hearing this dong 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 dong.
This is not the bus to Beijing, lady. Turn it down.
This is not the bus to Beijing. Okay, you're not a tank at Tiananmen Square. Get out of the way. Turn off your phone. Headphones. And that's the one thing I will tell you that stewardess are really good at. They nip that shit at the butt. Headphones. We need you to have headphones. No one's hearing shit. No one's hear Chinese people winning big bucks on some game show. We don't even know what they're playing. Okay? What are you playing?
Dude,
bing,
have
bing,
you ever
bing,
tried?
bing. That's all I'm hearing is bing, bing, bing. I can't tell if it's a sound effect or they're calling somebody's name over there. I don't even know what's going on
They
there,
have
dude.
crazy ideas about TV in Asia. Like there's this documentary on Hulu now about this guy
Yes, I saw that.
Okay, yeah, they brought him in and told him like, "Hey, dude, you're gonna be on a show, and the point of the show is that you have nothing. We take all your clothes away from you, everything, and all of your sustenance, the things that support you, have to come from contests that you win. Because there used to be a bunch of contests in magazines back then. So this guy just spends hours every day naked, writing away to get to win stuff from contests, clothes, CDs, snacks, dog food. He ate dog food one time, and he doesn't know it. But it turns out all of this stuff is going out almost in real time every week to people. So he's like the Truman Show, basically.
Right, 100%.
You see the director, and the director tells him before this starts, he's like, hey, most of this stuff, 90% of it, we're not going to use. Nobody will ever see it. So just, what you're doing when you're filling out, nobody cares about that. And the director says, we told him that because when we tell people that, they act more naturally and it gets kind of weird. And yeah, this dude started to break down mentally. I mean, it kind of ruined his life, this experience. And he became incredibly famous. And got really skinny toward the end because he was just eating dog food and potato chips. He won off a Maxim magazine, sweepstakes.
Do you think he gets like dog food groupies? Like he's just chicks wants to bang the dog food guy?
Hey, I ate dog food when I was a kid. If
You did, Johnny?
I tried it. Yeah, when I was really little.
And what did it taste like?
Cat food. Cat food was better. I can tell you. There's a reason they all prefer cat food. Dogs and cats.
Okay, respect on that. Yeah. So what was I talking about? Oh yeah. So anyways, we're listening to it in full volume, and everyone's like, and then I'm trying to communicate. She's like, she's doing the. I'm like,
headphones.
She's like, she's like, I know.
If you're listening and not watching,
she starts playing with the fucking air conditioning. I'm like, no, headphones. So then
your ears are hot. Your ears are hot. Okay.
Yeah. So anyways, she somehow the stewardess convinced, hey, you got to turn off your phone. She puts on her phone, dog. This chick pulls out a fucking bowl of fish and rice and just starts eating with chopsticks right there.
I hate that, dude.
I'm like, what are we doing?
I hate
What are we
that.
doing? We're eating chopsticks on a plane?
No, not even a fork on it. I mean, unless you're in
totally Japanese. She's just like banging it out, dog.
If you're not in first class, if it doesn't come in a bag, I don't want you eating it on the plane.
Yeah,
like
dude,
I've seen people eating like KFC on planes. I saw a guy with a bucket of chicken one time in economy. You can't do it, man.
A bucket of chicken?
Yes. He pulled out a bucket of chicken and then it had to sit there stinking in a bag for the rest of the flight. Ugh.
There's no class in flying anymore. Like, I'm fine with people not wearing suits. I think that was a little over the top when people wore suits on a plane. Like, I'm fine with wearing pajamas. Just show some class and leave some people alone.
Yeah, that's still right. Dude, me and my girl have we have a difference of opinion about how you should dress going in the movies. I think because the nearest movie theater from my house is like 35, 40 minutes. So to us going there, it was kind of a big deal to go to the movies, you know. So all the young people would dress up, you know, like look good. And my girl just rolls out of bed like, you know, with sweatpants on. Like
does she throw the yoga pants on, rocking the camel toe, where you're allowed to do whatever you want?
No, she goes even below the yoga pants are a step up from what she wears to the movies. And I'm like, what you're wearing?
Does that offend you?
Well, it's just
someone put out the funniest memes, dude. It was a funny meme about how your girl dresses for you versus how she dresses to go out with her friends.
Dude, I tell her that all the time, bro. Yeah, I'm like, oh, I see. You're going to impress your girlfriends and
yeah. You're bleaching your beehole. You're going out with your friends, and with me, you don't even give a shit, right?
Yeah,
so, Johnny, I know we're not going to go.
No,
we're not going to go much longer here. I mean, this has been a fun, crazy show, right? I mean, we've been
one or two news stories, and then we'll get out. Yeah.
Hold on, Johnny. Are we going to talk about? Are we going to fast or not, dude?
Oh yeah, we got to. Okay, so we're going to do the fitness challenge again. Well, you see, I like the idea of having a goal rather than defining the steps we take to get there. I just want to have a goal, like X percentage of body fat. Or
I want to drop 20 pounds, but I just don't know if I'm trying it. It's really fucking hard for me. It's like really hard because I'm lifting too, but I would like to get to 185 somehow.
Well, let's say,
so I mean, I'm fasting. The problem with fasting, Johnny, is this. I don't eat because, you know, Joel Staley's like, let's do like 18-hour fast, 18 hours with 6 hours of eating. I would even go 20, right? With a 4 hour eating window. The problem is during that window, I become a trash can. Okay. And I'm just throwing everything I can into my mouth in that 4 hours. I mean, it's like Thanksgiving Day dinners, birthday cakes, right? You name it. And my kids' food. Oh, you're not going to eat that? Boom. I'm eating that. Like, dude, so I need to figure this out. So I need to do a combination of like fasting and counting calories.
Do you have an app for that? There's apps like MyFitnessPal Life.
Yeah, I do. I was doing that for a while, but I got to get back to it.
You just we
had Christopher on. He told us fasting's not good. I think he has a little bit of point, but I do think controlled eating and not eating all the time is a good way to go. Yeah. So do you want to do it, Johnny?
Well, I want to do, I think we both could realistically lose 10 pounds before Thanksgiving.
Okay.
I know.
Before Thanksgiving.
Yeah, I could do that.
Okay. All right.
And if we don't, like one of us does some, we buy the other dinner or something like that. I don't know. The dinner. How about this?
Well, we got to go, dude. So listen.
No, this is the thing. Okay.
Next Friday, are you in town?
Yeah. No, I got a wedding. I'll be in town, but I got a wedding with Danielle.
Okay. We got to get this pizza. We got to go eat at this pizza place.
I don't know what you're talking about.
The micro guy bought us a pizza.
Micro
down the microdosing guy bought us. He bought us a fat fucking, you know, what's it called? Gift card for this expensive restaurant down the way from the.
What, Mazda?
Yeah. It's really nice. I've eaten with my buddy. Yeah, I've eaten with my buddy there. It's really fucking nice.
We can talk business and stuff and go down there and do that. Yeah, I'd love to. So maybe, well, that would defeat my idea then, because my idea was that if one of us doesn't hit our goal, then that's the person that buys dinner, like the dinner that we end the fitness thing with. What do you think of that?
Yes.
If one of us doesn't, and then if both of us do it, we just split it. But
if I could get down here, dude, if I can get down to
10 pounds, weigh yourself.
If I can get down to 195, I'd be the happiest guy ever.
Well, what are you now? 205?
I'm about 203, yeah.
Okay, and I'm like 188 right now, probably 180.
I can get down to 193, dog. I'd be the happiest human being on planet Earth.
All right, well, but let's say 10 pounds though. So go weigh yourself. When are we going to start? Because people are going to hear it. Let's say Monday we start.
Okay, Monday we start. Okay,
so Monday
and everybody can join us. Tell us if you're going to join in.
Yeah, on Twitter at Broken Sim. October 21st, Monday, and then we will end this thing right before the holiday, right before Thanksgiving, the 27th, let's say. And if we'll weigh ourselves on the 27th, If you have your holiday early, then end it then.
Okay, I'm in.
But weigh ourselves on the 27th. If we've lost 10 pounds by then we both win. If one of us hasn't, then that person pays for whatever dinner we have to celebrate being done with this thing after. How about that?
I'm in, dude.
Gentlemen,
I'm in.
All right.
I'm in.
Because that
Let's go.
Doesn't matter how
bang,
you
bang,
do it,
pow.
trying to get there.
I'm in.
You're not going to cheat on weighing yourself, right? You're not going to cheat.
Johnny, why would I cheat?
I don't know. I could just see you like putting lead weights in your pocket or something.
No, dude. I want to get. I would love to be 175. It's never going to happen, but I would love to be 175. That would be my dream. I shouldn't say it's never going to.
I've done it before. I've lost like.
I want to get down to 175.
I could be 160 and not without problem. I could still lose weight at 160. I know.
Oh, it must be nice.
No, I mean, I just grew up. I was really thin.
Nice.
Although I've put more muscle on lately, but yeah. All right, so we got that settled. Do you want to hit the news real quick? Just a couple.
Yeah, let's hit the news and then let's get out of here.
Most of it.
Let's get out of here. I mean,
sorry, we haven't recorded in a couple weeks. Sorry, everybody. Sam has been going around promoting, and you know how it is. It's hard to get on the same page. I'm out of town. It's
Johnny's on the farm milking cows.
We don't have milk.
I'm about to do Rogan if I don't get bumped by camel toe.
Yeah, you're about to do Rogan. I'm on the farm talking to cows. It's same. News. Did you hear about this chess grandmaster that was busted for cheating?
With an anal plug?
No.
That wasn't him? The one with the buzz in the butt?
No, he didn't have a buzz in the butt. No.
Are you sure, dude? Because one of them had a buzz in the butt. He had a butt plug in.
I don't.
Yeah, so this was a before. I think we talked about it before where he got the buzz in the butt.
Is that a real thing?
Yeah.
Was there I'm asking ChatGPT, a chess player who used some kind of buzzer up his bum to cheat at chess?
Buzz in the butt. Bum in the butt. Come on now, bum in the butt.
Let's see. 2022 controversy involving chess grandmaster Hans Niemann. Niemann was defeated world champion Magnus Carlsen in a high-profile game. Carlsen expressed suspicions. The internet exploded about vibrating devices in an unusual place. But this theory has never been credibly supported by evidence. So, but this guy was cheating. He was cheating in the Godfather method, I would say. He had a cell phone hidden in the toilet, it sounds like. So, and he just kept taking these really long toilet breaks between chess moves. And they're like, this guy keeps shitting all the time. What is his problem? And it turned out they go in the bathroom, they find his cell phone, and he's been writing notes down and stuff. But isn't that, I mean, like what do you think? What people are that
for a smart person, that's a pretty dumb thing to do.
It's the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
I bet he blames it on autism. That's how much of a piece of shit he is.
His name is Kirill Shevchenko.
Kirill?
Kirill.
Okay, so Russians are naming their kids after black people. Got you.
He is currently 69th in the chess world rankings.
Oh yeah, that's about to fall.
And I think he's in big trouble. It sounds like. So yeah,
Big Trouble, Little China. That was a classic.
Yeah. Hey, I wouldn't call it the. Yeah, it's a funny movie. Yeah, I like
Johnny. If you fucking try to say
I like it.
that Big Trouble in Little China wasn't a classic, then this podcast is done. That's a classic, Johnny. A classic. An all-time great. A masterpiece of comedy.
No, I love it. Yeah, no, I love it. I like Kurt
Don't you dare shit on Big Trouble, Little China, because you're going to have big trouble in your vagina if we fucking keep going.
That it's just, I would love to go back. It's one of those movies I'd love to go back and watch and see if it holds up. You know what I mean? Because, those 80s.
No comedy really holds up. Very few do.
Dude, even the ones that I think of as kind of modern still, if you go back and watch them now, some of those late 90s, like American Pie and stuff, it's still the acting is a little.
I can't believe humping a pie doesn't hold up to modern.
But for me, that was life when I was in high school, bro. That was like, I mean, I love those.
I love you. You're the best, Johnny.
Those movies, man, everything.
You're the best. You're the best.
Right, so did you see this Kansas professor, the scumbag? This is what he was telling his class, his college class. This is why we have to do something about education right here.
There are going to be some males in our society that will refuse to vote for a potential female president because
it's so
they
dumb.
don't think females are smart enough to be president.
That's
We could
so
line all
dumb.
those guys up and shoot them. They clearly don't understand the way the world. Line all those guys up and shoot them. They clearly don't understand. They don't
First of
think
all, I'm going to
females
say
are
something.
I think you just covered up him saying the thing. Just 1 second. I'm going to play it.
smart enough to be president. We could line all those guys up and shoot them. They clearly don't understand the way the world works.
Yeah, he's a retard.
It's a college class.
I know, he's a retard. Yeah, I get it, dude. If it was the other way and it was like we should shoot women, he wouldn't, dude, he'd be done. But even then, it's like retard people. It's just like such an obvious, stupid retard. You know, I mean, I'm not saying I'm right, but it's also like I'm just tired of people being overly sensitive. Someone recorded that, put it out. It's like, dude, it's like he's a retard. He's a retard Santa Claus.
Because it's offensive. That's not the problem I have. This is a public school that takes federal money to fund it. You know what I mean? And they're getting that kind of biased bullshit from a professor. I'll tell you, and you know, George Bush, garbage person, evil. But I remember I knew I was in for a different kind of experience than where I grew up. When my very first history class, I noticed that the history teacher, she spelled Bush's name like Bush the beer as like a joke. That was her big joke. And then she said, "What do Ronald Reagan and Timothy McVeigh have in common?" Yeah, they were both in favor of destroying the federal government. Is what I mean, that was our history class. The first day of history class at the University of North Carolina.
Sound like a great first day to me. Sound like a great first day.
This lady was,
I get it, dude.
She was a communist.
Yeah.
She was an open communist. The lady.
I'm going to tell you, my daughters, if they don't go to college, I'll be fine with it. Go figure it out. Go start a business.
Yeah.
Figure it out.
I've never.
Okay. Go live near so you can party and have a good time. And then don't go to classes and waste your money. Do you know that women have like 70% of the debt in America because they're going to college way more than men, and they're getting saddled with this giant debt, and they're fucked.
Interesting.
And that's my story.
Well,
that's it.
We're a little late on this, but Piers Morgan was going to air this story about Jay-Z.
Yeah.
And we don't know a lot about what it was going to be. But he got a legal ultimatum, apparently, from Jay-Z's attorneys. And it was going to be kind of related to this P. Diddy stuff, it sounds like.
Of course.
And he came out and said, listen, we had to edit it out. We couldn't do it. That tells you, though, who are the real powers in Hollywood, that they can come in at like a show like that that's called Uncensored. His show is called Uncensored, dude. And they got him to take out a segment.
They're freaking out, dude. They're freaking out.
I hope
this is gonna get bad, dude, for a bunch of people. What?
I hope they're in fear. I hope they are.
Johnny, I saw the craziest video, and if you got a moment, I could try to send it to you. I'll tell you, it's a crazy video where this chick starts to break down about how allegedly one of Jay-Z's mistresses, very famous chick, was pregnant, and how Beyonce was going around, and there's this moment where she sits down. I don't know if you've seen a video where she sits down and like can you pause for 1 second?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hold on.
I just sent it to you, dude.
Okay, Sam just sent me that. I'm gonna share while we're waiting for that to come over.
Hold on. What? Chicken. But.
That guy's headphones plugging in. I'm gonna play this video while we're waiting for that to come over. This is the guest he had on, talking about Jay-Z.
Oh yeah.
And then I'm gonna play
something Jaguar or some shit.
Yeah, I can't remember. I'll say it after it's written. It's obscured by the.
Why there's no vindication for me? Because for 4 years I've been screaming, not just Diddy, but Diddy and Jay-Z are monsters. And the victim-making machine kept going on.
Jay-Z has been notable by his silence since these charges were brought against Diddy. Why do you think that is?
Because that's what he does. He starts little fires everywhere, forces everyone involved to go and carry water while he sneaks away without a response. That changes now, Sean. You must respond. You have no choice. Harvey Weinstein, Jeffrey Epstein.
I like she did the pinky finger for Harvey
Robert Kelly.
Tiny dick.
Sean Combs have one person in common, professionally and privately.
Good point.
Sean Carter. This has been a fist of tyranny that has been punching through.
Yeah, dude, this
our
chick
culture
ain't
and our
pulling
society
punches.
for decades. It must stop.
And this is edited, I think. I think it's the edited version.
There's been obviously a lot of
Cruelty-free artistry.
right. There's been a lot of
the original. I'm sorry.
rumor mill about what has happened in the rap world. A lot of allegations that the misogyny in the lyrics clearly was based on a general misogyny towards women.
The
away
misogyny
from
of the
music.
lyrics.
And that clearly seems to have been borne out by these charges against Diddy, which if he's found guilty of all this, he's never coming out of prison. How dangerous do you think?
Thank God.
How dangerous do you think he is as a person?
I think he's one of the most dangerous people I've ever met. A lot of people have been questioning, well, she doesn't really know him. She has no knowledge of him. She doesn't have a picture with him. I'm smarter than Claudia Jordan. I would never take a picture with the devil. Everyone knew he was the devil. He's been the devil for 30 years. He's been covered and protected by not only Clive Davis, but Lucian Grange. He was selected to be the demon that he is to keep the culture in line so the industry could continue to rape it.
There it is.
For all of its precious jewels.
Yeah.
We have too many lost. The list of lost is ridiculous. And everyone knows Diddy was selected for this job. Why there's no
Credit to her, by the way, for being the first person to come up with the idea of using advertising on your earrings. Like, that was just brilliant. She's got like promoting her podcast or something on her earring.
I can't read it.
So it says dope, I think, something like that. Dope, something dope. So then this is
Think about platforms.
comes out with this.
The reality of the modern world is that pretty much everyone has a platform as long as they have something to say that other people want to hear. That's why we invited her on to be interviewed. The people making these claims have an audience with or without shows like mine. Well, Jaguar Wright unexpectedly made several serious allegations about Jay-Z and Beyonce during that interview. As I said in the moment, they were not present to respond or defend themselves, but now they have. Their lawyers contacted us to say that those claims were totally false and have no basis in fact, and we've therefore complied with the legal request to cut them from the original interview. Editing interviews is not something we do lightly at a show called Uncensored. But, like the proverbial cries of fire in a crowded theatre, there are legal limits on us too. And we apologise to Jay-Z and Beyonce.
I guarantee you they were like, and you must apologize to Jay-Z and Beyonce. All right, so I got the video you sent, just came over.
It's pretty crazy. And then I got to go.
Okay.
This has been forever.
Let me, here it is. This is what you sent.
Allegedly, the song Daughter on Beyonce's Cowboy Carter album.
I love that one.
It's potentially a murder confession about Jay-Z's mistress, Kathy White.
What?
Buckle up. On August 28th, 2011, Beyonce announced her pregnancy at the MTV VMAs.
Iconic.
On January 7th, 2012, Blue Ivy was born into this world. In 2016, Beyonce dropped Lemonade. Now, as we all know, Lemonade was a true album about infidelity. Jay-Z was rumored to have a very long time mistress. People knew of Kathy White because of Jay-Z, okay? Yikes. So here's where it gets a little crazy.
Side bitches.
Kathy White was known to be pregnant in 2011. Shortly after giving birth, Kathy died mysteriously in her apartment of a brain aneurysm.
I have a feeling this is related.
Now, even though we saw Beyonce's bump publicly, there's a video of Beyonce sitting down for an interview.
Have you ever seen this video, Johnny?
Her stomach just deflates in
Watch.
the video, and it's very weird.
Oh, I have seen that.
Crazy.
Yeah,
if you listen to Daughter, the song completely illustrates a murder confession.
Stop
the
it real
lyrics
quick.
in the song
Stop.
say-
Look at the way she sits down. Can you go back to that? Look at the way she sits in the seat. So you got a baby in your gut. Why are you leaning forward like that? Right? Like, wouldn't you be like,
like putting your hands on it or something? That kind of.
wouldn't you be like leaning back because you got this giant bowling ball in your gut?
Yeah, it's weird, man. There's something weird about that video.
Okay, so play it, dude, at the beginning. Okay. There we go. Here we go. Play it again. There we go. Bang. No, but play the video from where they. Here we go. Yeah, there we go.
Whole
Play it right
stomach
now.
just deflates in the video, and it's very weird.
This is crazy.
It is
If
weird.
you listen to Daughter, the song completely illustrates a murder confession. The lyrics in the song say,
By the way, I don't know what the show is, but it's so great. It's just a beautiful woman telling her gay friend crazy conspiracies. It's a brilliant.
Oh yeah, another conspiracy show. I am a fucking frontiersman.
A beautiful woman reading conspiracies from her phone to her gay friend. Like, genius.
your body laid out on these filthy floors, your bloodstains on my custom coutures. Bathroom attendant let me right in. She was a big fan. I tried to stay cool, but your arrogance disturbed my solitude. Now I ripped your dress and you're all black and blue. Look what you made me do. So fans are speculating that Beyonce had Kathy White killed after Kathy White had the baby and claimed the baby as her own, and that baby is Blue Ivy.
This is the craziest thing I've ever heard. That's insane, dude. I know why. Now I get it. Why Piers Morgan censored, uncensored.
Killer's
Because
gonna kill, dog.
Yeah, he don't want to end up black and blue on the floor.
Hey guys, this has been a great episode. Went way too long. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Great show today. Sorry we took so long. Thank you for tuning in. I hope you guys stayed.
Word.
Stayed where the bangers bang, dude. The bangers
Word.
bang.
We need a word.
Okay. The word is like a falcon.
Like a falcon. That's not
Yeah.
a word. That's a sentence. But okay.
Okay, that's the word sentence.
Like a falcon.
Like a falcon.
Check out bsmerch.com if you want to get the Sounds Gay, I'm in t-shirt. We've sold 10 of t-shirts. So
Whoa, we
10
sold
of t-shirts.
10?
I think something like that.
Sounds
Yeah,
gay.
I
I'm in. Let's
Yeah,
go, bro.
There are 10
Let's
people out
fucking
there.
Go. Oh, by the way, dude, I got a great new marketing tool on how to sell shirts. I'm now going to start selling mystery shirts at the end. So you don't know what the shirt is. You just buy it.
At the end.
And
This sounds like some XG idea, by the way. He's always talking about mystery stuff. He loves doing mystery.
Well, dude, so I had to have this, you got to beat this and thing, real nigga t-shirts, right? Which is my daughter's drawing of me. And
Yeah.
then under it says real nigga.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
And I had them and I'm like, I didn't tell, I go, I have a secret shirt. You can buy it, but you can't see it and you can't open it until you leave.
Yeah, you can buy it and you might not be able to wear it in public, but
That's fine. It's a secret shirt. It's going to be the dangerous shirts that only get sold. Okay. Only get sold. You can't see what it is. And those are my new ones. So I'm trying to think about what will be the next one. I can't tell anybody.
Okay.
You know?
All right.
All right.
Would you be okay living in near the university? Because it seems like a lot of the better apartment, townhouse kind of places that aren't like crazy expensive are near the university. Would you be okay with that?
Hey, I'm not against it.
Or are you trying to get like on the other side of town? Where
Well, Johnny, like I've said, this is just our like we're hitting the beach.
Right. Yeah. No, I got you.
Once we're there and we establish, we're gonna go find our own places.
That's the only way to understand a city is to just spend some time there, kind of move around
and then just go drive around and find small. Johnny, I'm ready to go into my small town living life. I'm ready.
I think you would go crazy. You'd have to still have a place in LA.
Well, dude, that's why I'd be outside of Austin, a small town, and then when I want big city living, I could go into the town. But I'm being
But Austin ain't even a big city, really, is it compared to LA? I mean, it's not.
No, but it's like, dude, there's a lot of action there.
There is enough for you. You think?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. There's a ton of action. And then Dallas is like an hour and a half away. Houston's close.
Yeah.
There's so much stage time. I can't get stage time. And when I do, I get standing O's.
Crazy. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah. Okay, guys. I love you. Hey, go check out Sam Tripoli. Go check out. Hey, guys. This is what you're doing. I'm just going to tell you
Nobody's
this.
hearing this. Nobody's hearing this. We should put it in the middle.
Okay.
You want me we just end it and I'll record something else real quick?
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Bye, everybody. Love you.